feel like Matt Damon wouldn't like completely hate it either. Like some people would.
I mean, it's just a silly enough concept.
Sport about it.
Yeah, but I feel like there would be celebrities be like, well, I don't know why people would do
That's
this
true.
to me. You know?
Some of them are good sports, some of them are not.
Yeah.
Oh, alright, let's really push that out there. But, alright. You guys
like,
ready?
That'd be the kind of thing that would like hurt Bill Maher's feelings a lot.
Look at shooting me! He's got enough reason to yell at the clouds.
He's seeing a happy couple versus feelings.
He does cry. He does try to brag about how he's not married, but it just sounds sad.
Alright. After 13 years, here we go.
Alright.
So that's not Friday the 13th.
Yeah, that already happened.
This is happening.
How often does Friday the 13th happen? Like,
no
every 7 months? I mean, like, it can't be that rare, right?
Yeah.
It's rare for it to be October, though.
Yeah, okay, yeah, fair enough.
Which is, I think, the only thing that people really are.
Yeah.
It's like, it's gonna happen. They're only 7 days.
No, that's true. That's true.
Is that an eye opening up in his head?
Yeah, like a third eye kind of thing. This shit gets crazy, man. This shit gets crazy.
Maybe he's a Tuatara.
Did you do what? I'm sorry?
Tuatara. They're lizards with 3 eyes.
Oh, okay. Are you trying to say Alan Wake is like a reptilian man?
Yeah, man. He's a reptilian, he did 9/11.
I feel like Alan Wake has enough, like, conspiratorial stuff going on in this world.
2010, so that tracks.
Yeah.
The timeline fits.
Oh, shit, is this Hannibal now?
I know, there's a lot of antler imagery in this, and it makes me think of Hannibal.
Yeah, there's Hannibal tone-wise. Just, yeah.
I mean, that's a good thing to draw from for this.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, no, Hannibal's definitely feels like it was one of the sources of inspiration for this game.
Sure.
Hannibal, the first season of True Detective.
Man, that shows everything.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, it's hard to pull off an anthology, especially when the first, like an anthology series like that, especially when you blow it out of the water with the first one.
Yeah.
And it's like, alright, back to the drawing board, new
Start
characters,
over.
new plot, new everything.
Yeah.
Now, how do we make this live up? You know, most writers have like good stories in them.
Right. It's true.
Especially
well, you know, they
writers.
thought after having this like knockout, you know, award-winning performances from Woody Harrelson and Matthew McConaughey.
What the fuck is going on?
How does this relate at all?
Yeah.
I'm actually going to turn the brightness up just a little bit.
Yeah, we can see that back hair even better.
Yeah.
I was so surprised
Naked fat guy was what I was
level of
looking for.
detail that they're going for.
There is like full frontal nudity right there too.
I want to see the cellulite in this guy's ass. There it is.
Okay.
Alright.
Yeah, this is how Alan Wake starts
The
to.
gaming students we were all waiting for.
Yeah, this is what I was thinking. I didn't know this was going to be Fat Dude Simulator, you know?
That makes me actually turn up a little bit more just because I feel like there's a lot of sun coming into the room.
Why is it that dudes who go bald always have the most back hair?
I think as you get older, your hair just migrates.
It migrates around your body.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised that Saddam Hussein wasn't bald given how much body.
It's true. I gotta say, you know, the Middle East,
Is this how they found
they
Saddam
got body
Hussein?
hair, man.
We're not in a hole.
I mean, we crawled out of one.
But we crawled out of the lake.
Oh, we're a fish that became a man. We have balls.
Yeah, there you go.
It's like yeah, okay.
It's romantic, like the Little Mermaid.
What?
There is kind of a body hair belt, man.
A lot of shoulder hair, too.
Yeah.
Some of that is dirt. It's hard to tell what's what between the two things, though.
I mean, if he just came out of the lake, why would he be that dirty, though?
It's an evil lake.
Are evil lakes known for accumulating dust?
I don't know, man. That seems like it would happen.
Murky.
Yeah. Real murky. This is a character that was in
Yeah.
that you guys know.
Yeah, I think I know.
It'd be easier to tell if he had more clothes on.
it'd be generally nicer.
Looking at his face.
I don't know if I'd call that sprinting.
Looks like we put this
Very
back to
much
manage.
lumbering.
Yeah.
He is wet.
I don't think he's had a good day, so I'm surprised he even this one.
Yeah, fair enough.
When you wake up naked in a lake in the woods, you usually aren't in a good condition to run.
Yeah, he looks like he got like Eastern Promises ambushed and try to get stabbed in the sauna.
The nice thing about being abandoned in the woods is that when you inevitably turn to cannibalism, people won't question you.
I feel like you're still gonna get some questions.
Yeah, I feel like there will be questions.
They'll be like, well, he was in the woods. That is where you're going to eat people.
That's true.
Sure, if Ulysses ever becomes a politician, he's going to be like, campaign to be like, legalize cannibalism just in the woods.
Yeah.
But, you know, there's like a spot you can go to that makes it okay.
I feel like
areas at a concert. Cannibalism zones.
Cannibalism zones at times.
There you go.
I mean, come on. Even, Burning Man was there.
Yeah, no, there's...
See, Burning Man.
Burning Man is like 3 steps away from the party.
Barbecue Man.
They already stabbed him. I thought they stabbed him like into the neck.
They stabbed him again.
I guess.
You've heard about those murders, like, police have like 100 times.
Oh, yeah.
unless there's some Aztec shit going on.
Pulling his fucking heart out.
Oh, no.
Random
Why would you
people in the
shout
woods.
go and run?
You just like look at each other and be like,
Just go, yeah.
Oh, yeah, you can
Turn off your flashlight, like,
Yeah, this is really handful.
yeah.
yeah, this game, we have both played a chunk of it so far, and I think we both agree that it is like exceeded expectations.
I mean, this is better than most horror movies already.
Right.
They should call it Alan Wakes Up.
It should have been called Now You Don't. Worst sequel title ever. Now You See Me Too.
Hey, kiddo. How are you?
I'm good, Mom. How are you?
This trip might take a little longer than I thought. I'm sorry I've been gone so much lately, Logan.
Oh my
Shit,
god,
you
Mom,
get
it's
to grow
not
up
your
your
fault.
Wolverine.
People get all murdery.
No, we're not in Canada.
Yeah.
Just work stuff.
Right.
Do you think he grew up to be so
Mom,
tough
Dad
because
and I are
one
just
thing
watching the
he's
latest
bullied?
episode of Night Springs here.
Maybe that's what it was. He just got bullied by geese.
I'll let you get back to the show. You
Oh, we're watching Night Springs.
watch with me.
Hey, product director Will Graham.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, that is interesting.
Work trips, Mom.
Huh.
Love you too. And say hi to Casey. Tell him to stop brooding so much.
Logan?
There's a lot of max pain in this
Okay.
game.
Uh-huh.
Like, I think there's almost been more
There's
Max Payne than anything.
almost as much Max Payne
As there is
Max
Alan.
Payne.
Yeah.
Like, just playing Max Payne.
Kid. Wonder where she gets that from.
Like, he's right there.
Oh, I forgot that he was in the car during that. Is that... There's something... That coffee thing makes me think of something.
Coffee?
They both drink their coffee at the same time.
Like synchronized?
Yeah.
There's weird stuff like that in, like, Twin Peaks.
Yeah,
Because that's a
Twin Peaks,
big
that's what I was
thing
thinking
Alan
of.
Wake 1
Yeah.
took from 2.
You should take lead. Think of me as the backup.
Watched some of that. I couldn't finish it.
Okay.
It fell off.
It's weird.
Any words of advice?
I think the first season works because it's like only like 8 episodes, but then
Right.
season 2 is like 22 episodes. And
It's not
it's,
a show you can drag out like that.
yeah, like because it's like it's both like a horror thriller, suspense, supernatural horror mystery, but it's also like a parody of of soap operas,
Right.
and in 8 episodes, it's able to kind of do that where it pokes fun at soap operas.
It's still like pithy at that length, and then when you stretch it out, it's like
there's like it actually just started to feel like a exactly.
It's one of those things about old TV where the format hurt the content. So everything was expected to have 24 episodes.
So where's the deputy?
Right.
And you see that even more in like foreign shows. You know, like there are you'll see some show it's like Chinese, and you're like, oh,
very
that's a cool
control
concept.
style title cards.
Oh yeah. Or you'll see like a show it's like, oh, that's a cool concept, but then it gets dragged out for like 100 episodes in one season, and you're like, how the fuck is any of this going to be worth watching?
Mystery shows are the most brutal because they run out of like.
Well, you were telling me about
realistic
how
scenarios.
Castle just
that
completely
thing
fell
shit
apart.
the bed, dude. It jumped the shark so hard.
I think I hear someone.
Did you want to tell them about the episode you told me about?
The Santa murder episode?
Santa murder?
Yeah, Santa died.
Castle.
It's in Nathan Fillion as like a writer.
Yeah.
But,
I think I've seen bits of it.
I like a decent police procedural as background noise because it's like
I wish it was a police procedural
gonna...
set in like a medieval castle. That would be better.
Yeah,
that would be kind of interesting. I feel like that plot would wear thin pretty soon, though.
Well, I mean, it sounds like this show does too. Huh?
Yeah, it did. They had a Santa murder episode. It was pretty fast.
So did somebody murder Santa, or Santa murdered?
Well, so Santa fell out of the sky, right?
Okay.
So Santa fell out of the sky.
Shot down by the Air Force?
Well, so
like
they
Jack
were.
Skellington?
Yeah, they think you were Chinese rude.
They don't shoot those down, you.
crime scene.
But yeah, go on.
Oh, yeah, they just found him. He fell out of the sky. They checked him. The only ID he had was a Kris Kringle ID, like just like a little Santa. Well, it was like a little novelty Santa, like license or whatever.
Okay.
So they investigated.
Did you see what that sign says?
No entry.
Under that.
FBC.
Yeah. It says location is closed to the public by order of the FBC.
Well, also, you can totally fit through there if the sheriff wasn't saying anything.
Yeah.
Well, that's true.
Or just climb the fence.
Yeah.
There's a big hole in the fence.
Were there any?
But no, sorry, keep going about the Santas.
Oh, so they start investigating what happened. Why did the Santa get murdered? They find out that this Santa has been stealing gigs from another Santa who runs the Santa University.
Is there a Santa Mafia? What the fuck?
Well, there's a Santa University.
Yeah.
Why, huh? Explain this to me. What is Santa University?
Well, it's like Santa. It's where they teach
Santa Claus University.
I'm sorry, but you don't need to go to school to be taught how to wear a red costume and sit on the
Well, they got to practice their ho-ho-hos. So they show up, yeah.
Do you, though?
Yeah, so they show up at Santa University, right, where the Santa's hosting a lecture where they're all practicing their ho-ho-hos. So they asked this guy, and he's like, no, we were working together, we were doing this job. Apparently, this Santa used to work for a predatory loan company during the financial crisis.
Please tell me it was all Santa themed. Like Santa gives you a loan.
No.
The loans out to bust your knees.
No, they just trick people into signing mortgages they couldn't pay back, and then their families lost.
I'm sorry, but if it's not Santa themed, I can't take it seriously.
Well, this is prequel. This is pre-Santa. This was the before Santa phase of his life. Remember, like when Tim Allen?
There is no before Santa.
Well, have you seen the Santa Claus? Tim Allen was just Tim Allen before he became the Santa Claus. Before he agreed to the Santa Claus, right? Remember, he pulls out the Santa Claus, the clause about how he's Santa.
Okay.
That's Santa canon, man. That's
Santa canon. What is the canon of Santa?
That's as close to what really happened as you'll ever see.
Nerds arguing about this like it's Marvel or DC
First there
continuity.
was Santa, and then there was the rest of the universe. The rest of the universe revolves around Santa.
In the beginning, there was the Santa, and it was God, and it was
no, there was no God, just Santa. Have you ever noticed how God looks like
In the
Santa?
beginning, there was. In the beginning, there was the Santa, and he was the Santa, and he was with the Santa. Okay. Anyway.
So this is the case board, right? So this is this is like very True Detective. So like you collect like all this evidence, and then you are like actually.
Can we fuck up the case like in Heavy Rain?
No, not really. It's pretty. You can't really fuck it up. But you do like actually like put evidence walls together with like the red string and everything as you kind of find stuff, and then the like this is like your almost like a pause menu.
So we can't
Get
make
your map. But this isn't like inside her head though. It's
That's
like the
pretty-
Mind Palace
oh,
and Sherlock Holmes
nice.
or Hannibal.
Okay, cool.
And Alan also has a version of this called the Writer's Room.
Would you make your Mind Palace look like this?
Yeah, like a creepy.
It's
whatever you want.
It's because it's the local field office that they're working in, and where she actually has a wall of this like stuff set up. That's
Mind
fine.
Palace, then. She's go back to her office.
Yeah, but that's not so easy, is it?
Close to cracking it.
I don't know, you just get in the car.
Well, but they're like, they're in the field. They're finding evidence, doing it on the spot,
I just feel my Mind Palace would have granite countertops, dude. I mean, seriously, like it's your Mind Palace. Like it costs nothing. Thoughts are free.
Well, maybe she's just more humble than you, I guess.
You know what happens to cops.
Or
who say
less
this is their
ambitious.
last.
All right, fair enough.
But yeah, keep going about this Santa crap.
Right. So the Santa that was murdered,
Right.
he was a top executive at this shady loan company that
That's what Santas are.
that was giving out subprime mortgages, right?
Okay.
That's a Santa stereotype.
Right. So what happened was he took this family's house and their life kind of fell apart because of it, right? Like they lost their home and he felt really guilty about it. So he decided to move in literally right next to them, like in the apartment next door to where they were living, right?
Okay.
And then he became Santa, right? And then he was trying to help and like mentor, and he was like pretending to be a totally different person because he's Santa now.
Yeah.
He's trying to forget his previous life as Gordon Gekko.
Gordon Gekko is Santa.
The Santa of Wall Street.
Santa of Wall Street. Now that, I'd like to see that 3.5-hour Martin Scorsese.
Yeah, Martin Scorsese, if you're listening, we got some real cinema for you.
They're throwing Velcro elves at the wall. Anyway, so apparently this company that he used to work for, it's rebranded and everything, and it's moved into this really fancy building with a helipad at the top of it, which is very important.
Feels like home.
So he decides that he's going to, the gig that he stole from that other Santa was this gig at this Christmas party at this place, because that's his cover. He's going to get in there to steal the documents that prove
This is
that
weirdly complicated.
It was a lot of 40-minute episode too.
Yeah, it's like a 40-minute episode. But yeah, to prove that they had defrauded this family. So he goes in there to steal these documents with the help of the Santa that they had originally suspected of murdering him. That Santa steals a helicopter.
As one does.
And then he flies to the top of the building while the Santa at the party tries to sneak away and steal the documents, but he gets caught by the other guy, like the other head executive, like the co-founders of this shady loan company. So that guy shoots Santa.
Right.
And then Santa just barely gets into the helicopter, and then there's some turbulence, and Santa falls out of the helicopter and lands in these people's yard.
Okay.
So he was actually murdered by the people at the shady loan company.
Let's just
So
see this body.
that was the episode.
That's the most contrived thing I've heard since The Predator.
Yeah, no, the show jumped the shark real bad.
This is the scene of the crime.
Here we go. Figure out who this is, huh?
Didn't touch nothing, procedures and stuff.
Thanks, Deputy.
Dumbass local boss.
You owe me a coffee.
Okay, let's start by examining our guest of honor. Does this fit the MO of the previous murders?
He's got like that boob
Body is
bob.
positioned on the
Who
table.
So you get like a case, and it like creates like a new map of evidence.
Coincidence?
It's honestly, it seems like it'd be more complicated than it actually is.
Yeah.
I think at first, but it's.
There are a couple times I've gotten evidence where I'm like, I'm not sure which one this goes. So you try it on 3 different spots, and
it just goes on one of them. Yeah. It doesn't take too much
More
work
of a
to.
narrative tool than it is a puzzle.
Yeah, exactly. It's more about the aesthetic of it and the way the presentation. I think.
Yeah, I'm loving this aesthetic.
Inside scalp wound, chest cut open.
You think this looks like good food?
No, the heart.
Oh, the heart's good food.
I mean, the rest of it looks kind of fatty.
High in cholesterol, though. You know?
Alright.
Cargo straps.
Heart removed. Heart found. And then the actual wound itself.
Oh, so they didn't take the heart.
No, they just left it there. They took it out and then left it right next to it.
They're
On the
doing
table.
cannibalism wrong.
Straps were left behind.
It's the wrong kind of cannibalism.
This makes 4 murders that we know about.
So they took the other hearts?
I actually think all the other victims.
The first time they've removed
Who is
the
our
heart.
victim?
Is it?
No,
okay.
I'm not sure.
I thought she said this time they left the heart.
Oh, okay, so they took it the other times. Large amount of blood.
The victim died here. Multiple people.
But we know they look like they got freaked out and left in a hurry, so, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right.
They got startled.
We know that. She doesn't.
Someone was drinking beer. They spent time here.
Lady, this is the countryside. Everybody's drinking beer.
Right, but like the cult members.
Or
Someone
they were like partying.
Thick enough crew to have
Knock the
much
tripod over.
insulation.
I'd need hard
Is it for a
liquor to
camera?
cut out a guy's heart. I can't be doing that shit on
Okay, then
beer drunk.
real quick before we continue with that, I want to.
That's
I'm
like
gonna go check
that's
something
like an
out.
Everclear
right
activity, dude. I gotta be sloshed cutting people's hearts out.
Pull back over here.
I think you need
It's
some beer
another-
for flavoring, you know? Like when you're cooking it up, you kind of just splits it on there a little bit.
Oh, like a
FBC.
beer can chicken?
Yeah.
FBC security perimeter gate entry for authorized personnel only.
Oh, we're authorized personnel only.
The lake house. That's one of the.
Yeah.
That's the name of one of the expansions that this game is going to get.
Oh,
So that's going to be like full on a control story as DLC.
But like, I mean, you've never seen somebody like before where they have to do something hard and they want to steal their nerves. You've never seen them take like a swig of like a Miller Lite. Like, oh, let me just.
Would Miller Lite do the job? I don't.
That's
I feel
what I'm saying. It's, beer is not what you drink
yeah.
when you need to be
You're
fucking fucked up.
You're right. Yeah. Yeah.
Where beer can chicken something that Tom Waits
Well, you hear it. You know how that. You know what that is, though. You
I
seen
think
it?
yeah.
That should have been in Hannibal. That would have freaked me out. If somebody did a beer can human murder, like, oh Jesus!
I like the idea.
You're like a whole keg on a fire.
I like the idea now of like a low-class redneck cannibal. Like he doesn't make the fancy food. He just makes, you know, just whatever crap.
Just like a fried human bologna sandwich.
Quite the party.
The killer cut up her fingers and mixed them into Kraft mac and cheese.
Oh no.
Oh, I sure do. His name is Nightingale. He was FBI.
This cup of noodle had a tongue in it.
That was in there before the killer participated.
So you guys remember the FBI agent chasing Alan around in the first
Yeah, I
game?
do.
Yeah.
He gets grabbed by the darkness, and then we just don't see him.
And now he's back.
That's this guy.
I didn't
That's this
remember him
dead
in
body.
that.
Oh.
He wasn't.
I guess he's
he
been-
wasn't bald.
So he's been getting good eating while he was in there. Really.
13 years. Yeah, that's what I'm getting curious about. Is both of them? They
He's like
did
one of those-
not age. They did age the whole time they were gone.
Maybe he's one of those foie gras gooses, man.
Didn't
Like, they're just
recognize him
fatting
in his
him up.
current state. But yeah, I ran into him a few times at Quantico. Never worked any cases together.
It is
After his partner got
surreal
killed
to
in
just
the
see
field, went off the
effectively
deep end.
Max Payne walking around.
Yeah.
It's just immediately at the beginning of the game. Doesn't even take time to get into him.
After the bureau.
It was only a matter of time,
I
right?
only know the rumors. Depression led to booze. Booze led to paranoia. He got some wild ideas in his head. Chased ghosts until he fell off the map.
I'm over here, dude.
Guess he ended up,
I think there's more to that story.
but no happy ending.
Nightingale went missing 13 years ago, 2010.
The same as all the other victims.
Certainly.
So every victim of the cult has been someone that
What was going on
Went
that
missing.
year.
during the events of the first game, or at least at the same time.
Gotcha. So they just show up dead.
And the cult seems to know where they are.
Look, yeah, cult seems to be able to. Okay, so Nightingale went off.
Do they add some definition on those cheekbones for him there?
Yeah.
A little bit, yeah.
Wild.
Ex-FBI came to Bright Falls 13 years ago.
I kind of wish, like it does the not available yet on some of your evidence. I wish it would still show you the
Planned
not
for the murder
available
to happen
evidence.
here.
Just to make it a little bit harder to figure out, like, oh, I guess I can't use this yet.
Right.
But why Nightingale? He's been missing for 13 years.
But that would slow it down, I guess.
Yeah, I suppose you don't want it to be like they take too much time to go through it.
Profiling. Get into the subject's head. See what they saw. Feel what they felt.
Yeah, hard Hannibal vibes, hard True Detective vibes. You've got all the Twin Peaks Twilight Zone elements from the first game. You've got... Yeah.
Let's see. Oh shit, it's Baron Harkonnen.
Fuck it is.
Agent Nightingale has been MIA for 13 years.
Is that what happened to Agent Nightingale? He fell into the Doom universe?
That's how he got so fat.
Yeah.
Spent too much time around Baron Harkonnen.
He was there too. You are not allowed in the lake until he says otherwise.
Robert Nightingale came from the lake.
So, she's clearly a peri-utilitarian, right?
Yeah.
Like we've learned about in Control. Like, she's gleaning things from this that she could not reasonably interpret.
Yeah.
So, like, there is some peri-utilitarian, like, power coming from her, like, right away.
Lights are off, but somebody's home.
The new Dune was so much better than the David Lynch one.
Oh, God, yeah.
Trash.
I do not like that David Lynch movie at all.
It has been worse.
But
I will kill him.
I did kind of miss that they didn't lean into the disgustingness of Baron Harkonnen the way.
I think we just haven't gotten to it yet.
Yeah.
I think that'll be in the second one more.
In the books, they spent a lot of time developing how disgusting he was.
Yeah, that was very accurate in the David Lynch one, and they made sure he was fucking gross.
Yeah.
I think he'll be grosser in the second movie because I just feel like we didn't see him very much.
Yeah, that's all
too in the first part.
He just wasn't
Yeah,
as
only
physically.
half.
He wasn't as physically disgusting as the David
That's
Lynch's
true.
version was. Just
That's
like
true.
dripping fat off his face and just covered in boils and shit.
And there was no cat milking either.
What?
They can leave
Yeah,
that.
they're the part where they're milking cats.
Corbin, did you know that they made like an actual like Happy Meals like McDonald's toy?
Kid's toy of a cat being milked.
They were waiting for him.
You could get like the little fucking cat minifigure like with the milking machine up like hooked up to it.
Yeah, it's so weird.
Nightingale
It is
was out in
weird.
the woods alone.
Somebody should take that part of that movie and splice it in with Robert De Niro from Meet the Parents.
To the table.
Where he's like, you milk a cat.
His witnesses the bookers.
You milked a cat?
The job is unfinished.
That seems pretty
Post that
complicated.
eventually streaming. I didn't do
What
that.
was this guy doing skinny dipping at this time of year?
Haven't figured that part out yet.
Lots of questions.
Like how...
He's got the same cadence as Max
He
Payne.
does, yeah.
Like it's
You
so.
can tell they showed the actor like Max Payne and was like, do this. And he was like,
Well,
okay.
that's the thing is, it is the same. Oh, that's climbing back up, yeah. But that's the thing is, it is the same actor.
Oh, okay.
It's Sam Lake as the face model, right? And then it is James McCaffrey as the voice. So it's like the entirety of the same character.
I'm impressed that he can still do it the same like after so long.
Well,
Yeah.
he sounds older, but...
You need to get
Not
out.
Older
that
than
much
a walk-in fridge.
God damn it. Which is ladle. No mystery. Hey, what's up, Dr. Shark MD?
Hey,
We're
how's
doing
it going,
good.
man?
Doing good. Just getting into some Alan Wake 2.
You're a shark doctor?
Yeah, it's a shark doctor. It's got like a whole
Like a veterinarian
logo.
or like a marine biologist?
That's a good question. I have not asked about that specification. How are you doing, though? Let's see. Legend tells when the affections of a local sheriff. When unanswered, he accused the lady in question of having bewitched him. I feel like that used to happen a lot.
Mm-hmm.
He was drowned, but her dropped. The ladle grew into a strange tree. The woman returned to avenge her wrongdoers. If she was not a witch before, she was one now. She killed the sheriff, drowned him in the lake, then took out his heart and locked it in a box. I think that's actually what I plan to go back to school for at some point.
Oh,
The
nice.
veterinarian or the marine biology? And that's like Barbara Jagger in the first game, right? Had the hole in her heart. And Thomas Zane had to cut her heart out.
Yeah.
Wanted to work with marine life and sharks specifically.
That sounds cool.
Yeah, hell yeah. Definitely
Sharks are
support
pretty
getting
crazy,
back
man.
into that.
Tracks.
Any particular kind of sharks? Goblin sharks? Tiger sharks?
They come out from under the boulder.
Makes no sense.
I feel like you probably don't specialize.
See
that
this tree?
specifically.
I don't know, but these days, higher education, there might be a degree in goblin sharks for all I thought.
There might be. That's
Yeah.
possible. But no, this tree, we walked through it, and now it's like the roots have like closed off.
Yeah.
But we walked through it as Nightingale. Pointer from the line, heel's still on the floor. G too easy. GG too easy.
There's a piece of paper on the ground.
I'm sure just love sharks to begin with.
Fair enough.
Yeah, sharks are cool.
Do you like all the shark movies that are on TV?
There's too many of those, I
Like
think.
House Shark and Toilet Shark and Space Shark.
Is there a
Sharks-
toilet shark?
Yes, there's a toilet shark.
Oh my god.
Sharks of the Corn.
Sharks of the corn.
Oh.
There is a Sharks of the corn, I've seen that.
Is there?
Yeah.
It's a bunch of sharks in a cornfield.
So are they just lying there
I don't know,
dead?
man.
No, they're land sharks.
Yeah.
Land sharks.
That cartoon series, Land Sharks.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Terrible
or like
idea.
street sharks.
Okay, Street Sharks. That's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
Original character alert. Not at all a rip-off of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
They're like burgers and hot dogs, not pizza.
They found. The first
And almost
Don't
up
forget
here
the
the
messages
easiest
pop
answer
up.
is the Black Light Roll.
Getting one of those submersibles and go way down there.
I mean, that'd be fun.
There you go.
Like a message.
Nice.
Someone knew they
Or
were
the very
here.
bottom of the
Someone
ocean. There's not many sharks
played
at
a
the
game
bottom.
with them. An invitation. How could they not accept?
even if they knew it would end up hurting them.
Interesting.
Dude, all of, like, the part at the very end of the first game where you are shining the flashlight on words to make things appear, that's like the most absolute primitive concept of some of the crazy shit that we do in this game.
Right.
Like a friend of mine, I think that's what he did.
I should profile Nightingale
Got
about
that
this page.
thalassophobia.
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 The
Not
victim
phallus.
Dicks?
Thalas.
FBI Special Agent
Well,
But
Robert
TH
Nightingale
instead of a PH.
gone missing
Oh,
in
The manuscript pages are more
Gotcha.
visually
Yeah.
interesting
Yeah.
to
only to be
click on and
removed
look at instead of it just
the
being
very
a
day of their
page
page.
on the screen.
There probably are people
That
with
was the page.
thalassophobia.
Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose.
Ulysses is scared of penis. They're called lesbians.
Secret truths trembling
Oh,
beyond.
Not all lesbians are scared of penises, they just don't like them.
These words
That's true.
Nah.
felt like a message. Was a message.
Oh, I didn't realize those were windows. I thought they were like trash can lids.
That's the cabin room from the first game, right?
Yeah.
Invitation. How could they not
Why is
accept
the owl giving us the side eye?
the sheer audacity
I don't know, man.
of
Seen this
impossible
shit?
mystery presented to them?
There's a lot of owls in
Nothing
Twin
wouldn't
Peaks.
hurting them.
I think they definitely.
Are they all
I mean,
sassy
owls
like that one?
are always associated with the occult. That's
Yeah,
for
yeah.
sure.
A story about these events.
Why are owls
What is
associated with the
Nightingale?
occult?
They're fucking weird,
Wisdom.
dude.
Well, and they're just.
Like the two completely different answers.
I mean, I know they're associated with like Greek gods and shit, you know, like Athena or whatever.
Yeah.
But
I think it's a combination of like the association with wisdom and kind of the nocturnal aspect of it. Like
And
makes
they're
it feel
weird.
like
They're
hidden
weird.
and wise. And yeah, they're weird.
They're weird animals.
Yeah, weird.
I feel like every animal gets associated with the occult these days. I mean, you know, fucking goats and crows.
Goats are weird too.
Ghosts
Yeah,
have been
ghosts are
associated with the occult forever, though.
Yeah.
Those are like the original. How old
That's
is
like the,
how old
the
is
Satan
Baphomet?
goat foot
Yeah,
thing.
Yeah, because I mean, that goes back
These
to like
tracks
fucking
make
like
no
druidic
sense.
myths and shit.
yeah. Well, and then like Baphomet and stuff. That's all like Babylonian gods and stuff. So that's
Found all I can
thousands
here.
of years old.
Time
It's
to
funny that
properly
it's a
examine the
Babylonian
body.
god, but they
See what I can
attached
find
the
inside.
symbolism of like fucking Celtic druidic stuff to it.
To Satan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
Well,
something's been
it's
put inside
always
that
interesting to think about
Let's tell the
what
deputies to get the bodies
those
to the town
regions were like and how connected they were before the Indo-Europeans just showed up and fucked everybody up.
Your menu is also very Resident Evil style. You've even got like limited inventory slots and everything.
Like, the genocide of the Celts has to be one of the most effective ones in human history.
Whoever
We have
wrote
no
that
records
page
of
made sure
it,
it read
but
like a story.
they went from being in
Like a
control of
scene
all
from
of
a
Europe
thriller.
to being in, like, Scotland, Ireland, and, like, tiny chunks of Spain and France.
I mean, a big
They
part
almost
of that
pushed
was-
them all the way into the ocean.
But
A
what's
big part of
the
that was
purpose?
the Romans.
Yeah, that was the
Romans,
big
the
part.
Romans definitely did the mop-up
What?
work in Gaul, and
Entertain some fantasy? projecting their
We don't know what
desires?
happened to the peoples that were in Europe
Are
before
we
the Celts
characters
either.
or the audience?
No. Yeah, that's we
Witnesses
know
to their
even
design?
less about that.
All the above?
It's all about control.
The only group of people that were there before the Celts that we know of, and that's just based on linguistic
Too late.
analysis, are the
I'm
Basque
already hooked.
in the
Maybe the next
mountains
chapter.
in the Pyrenees in Spain. That's a crazy place. Their language is so old, just like insanely ancient. Like like pre-Celtic. Like
That is cool.
mm-hmm.
Hey, you made it back. Good. I hope you didn't get stuck in any of those big puddles. Crazy flooding down there, huh? Just like I said.
Okay.
Deputy,
The eyebrow
I want the
raise
body
with
taken
that.
back to
Yeah.
town for a proper examination ASAP.
Well, sure. But the coroner won't be back in town for another week after Deerfest.
Not a problem. I'll do it
Oh, speaking of
myself.
Deerfest.
That was going on in the first game too,
Yeah.
right? It's the
But speaking of
anniversary.
Deerfest, I've got a game to tell you guys about.
Oh,
So there's this shitty fucking hunting game, right?
okay.
It's called Cabela's Dangerous Hunts or something like that.
Oh yeah, no,
You've seen it?
Oh yeah. I mean, that used to be one of the things where we had like 8 million copies of it for the PS2 when I worked at GameStop.
You know how ridiculous it was.
Drive to Bright Falls.
I guess I don't know if I know any details because I always just
Like,
was
what's
like,
your
oh, it's a
impression of the
shooting.
game? What-
My impression is just that it's a shooting game. It like was like an arcade light gun thing, and then they did it like kind of half-assed ports of that on like the PlayStation 2 and the Wii. And
Well, this game has a story. What do you think the story's about?
oh, I have no fucking clue. I never realized there was
I
a
got
story.
some good shit for you.
Pretty woods.
I think we should play this game at
Cute
some
lodge
point.
with its
Okay.
own
So,
bed.
it's almost. I think it might be
If we get a
Condemned 2
chance.
levels of insanity.
Okay.
Like, imagine if that bear
Deputies
level
aren't
from Condemned 2
exactly
was the
up to
whole
the
game.
task, but
Okay.
hopefully the sheriff
So
will be
the
helpful.
game begins, right, with these three dudes, right, a dad and his sons, and the dad is teaching the sons how to hunt, right?
Okay.
So he's like teaching them how to shoot a deer, and like that's a tutorial for how to use the shooting. And so when you shoot your first deer, your dad turns to you and goes, "Okay, you're ready to hunt a bear."
What? Okay.
And so
Seems like a.
And
You try that shit in Red Dead, like, I mean, right after the first mission, you get fucked up.
dude, like any game that has bears in it, they are not first level enemies.
Oh, look at that.
What is this?
It's like a station.
I think I saw
My break is
something.
nearly over. Having a great stream, guys. Yeah, no, stop.
No worries,
Yeah,
man.
thanks
Yes,
for
thanks for
stopping
stopping
in,
in.
man.
Good to see you. Have a good rest of your shift. It's another do not touch this station as property of the FBC.
They set up a lot of stuff here, haven't they?
Yep.
That's a lot of
Couldn't,
issues.
I won't say anything specific, but,
Is that
you know,
Kid's lunchbox?
control is very
Alex
immediately
Casey
tied
movie
in.
Lunchbox.
So there's Alex Casey
Casey
movie
has
adaptations
manuscripts about
of the
Florence State
novels
having the same
already
names
in
as
this
the
universe.
That's funny.
Gotcha.
He hates those cheesy
Wait, so
comics.
is that's
He
actually
really
Max
hates the
Payne then?
movies.
Well, it's
Yeah.
Alex Casey,
But
right?
they're
but
Alex Casey, so he's,
Alex Casey is the legally distinct Max Payne, right?
Yeah, I know, but who's in the car with us? That's Alex Casey? Like
Yeah.
The guy walking around with us, yeah.
But he also has movies and like merch and stuff, and
Well, so-
a fictional character and the
Yeah,
He's a real
there's a very
The real
weird.
person that fictional character is based on.
But he's so
seems-
like this guy is famous in this universe.
No. It seems
Where'd
that
the lunchbox
Alan.
come from?
Oh, did Alan write him into existence or something?
Well, that's the thing, right? We
Right.
don't know if he really existed
She
before
just
this
said
game
he gets annoyed that he has the same name as that character.
as that movie character.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But he
That's
does.
just like a person being called Alan Wake.
For a camera?
I guess.
Yeah,
Like, in
it's-
our worlds, just like happen to have it. What is he doing?
Yeah, I don't know what that was.
To throw it away.
The stuff inside.
But yeah, Cabela's Dangerous Hunts, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
So your dad takes you and your brother out bear hunting, right? And this
Okay.
bear, it's shown in the game that animals are actually an organized army. They are not just like creatures, right? This
Okay.
bear is the commanding force of an army of wolves.
What?
This force of wolves has officers. You need to shoot the wolf officers to scare the other wolves,
What?
because then they won't be getting orders, right?
What?
And
Well, you
What
gotta
are you
take out.
talking
You
about?
have to take out the high value target.
Yeah.
Right?
and so
You pick apart the leadership core
Yeah.
to destroy morale.
that's how that works.
They just remade Medal of Honor.
It's literally like a Call of Duty game, but it's animal hunting, right?
What
I like
in God's name?
And so you're chasing this bear
Do the
in an
wolves have
army of
guns?
wolves, right?
Let's drive back to town.
The wolves have guns.
Yeah,
Yeah, they do not have guns.
Oh, that's a bummer.
That would have been a much better game. But so eventually you track down the bear, but then the bear kills your dad, right? And so then
Oh my God.
the two brothers, they make their choices in life based on that, right?
Two brothers.
The main character
Are you
decides
telling me this is about just two brothers?
Yes, I am. The main character decides he's going to be an animal conservationist for some reason, but the brother, he swears revenge against all animal life, vows he will never stop until his father has been avenged with the blood of all animals on Earth.
By the genocide of every animal species other than people.
So he becomes like a big game hunter in Africa, right? And so then the game skips forward 10 years, and you have to go like track him down in Africa or whatever. And then the game like immediately gives you a turret section where you're on a jeep with like a machine gun, and there's like every animal in the savannah is attacking you at once in a giant stampede. There's at one point the leopards set up a roadblock. The leopards set up a roadblock.
What?
And your car crashes.
Roadblock some rhinos.
The rhino is your main rival. It's constantly like leading the other animals and chasing you. You see. And so you have to gun down like buffalo and shit by the 100 because they're all stampeding directly into you, and like there's like random seagulls dive bombing you, and like and then there's lions. It goes on forever, right? At one point you crash into a tree and like 20 leopards pour down the tree like water from a pipe, right? And this whole game is just complete madness like this.
I love it.
This sounds like some Condemned 2 shit.
The end boss.
You also get to genuinely like walk around. It's not like the entire town, but
it's a lot more open and less linear.
What's up with the human tampons?
Yeah, what are those?
They're coffee thermoses.
Coffee thermos picked up.
Those are coffee tampons. What?
God damn it! That I feel like is how you get a caffeine addiction.
I gotta inject that caffeine.
Come get percolated at Coffee World. There's like a coffee-themed amusement park in the neighboring town.
Huh.
So you can go get
Coffee
percolated.
themed, huh?
So that sounds dirty, doesn't it?
It does.
But yeah, it's really cool to be able to just like walk around more of the town, more openly and fully.
And it looks so
It's also like
it does, right?
A sadder, more rundown town than it was last time we saw it.
Yeah, it does look cool.
Welcome to Bright Falls.
Oh, there's
Nice to have you.
Tim.
I got
Tim E. Breaker.
Washington
I guess
Quantum Break.
He has been bringing a lot of jobs here, hasn't it?
Nice to meet you, Sheriff.
He's also supposed to be the cousin or brother of the sheriff that was in the because her Sarah Breaker from the first game.
Tim Breaker. And let me just say, I'm happy you two are here. Frankly, we could use the help.
Your deputy said you had a couple
Yeah,
of
the
witnesses
end
here.
boss of the game is a black lion that can cause earthquakes with its roar.
What?
And is like immune to gunshots, and like, and it literally kidnaps your brother and like dangles him in front of you as like a hostage to taunt you with as he throws more and more waves of his animal
Casey,
soldiers
you can
at
be your
you.
notes with the sheriff.
Like, we need to play this game. It looks like absolute madness.
We do need to play this
sound
game.
like madness. That was what Cabela's was.
Sheriff.
That's what those hunting games turned
Many
into.
people besides the known victims go missing?
Sure. But it's slowed down ever since Cauldron Lake was fenced off.
Let me guess. Missing person cases spiked around 2010. The fence was built just after.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
A whole lot of coffee drinking in this game.
There's a lot of coffee.
Coffee is good.
A lot of coffee.
The coffee industry is brainwashing us.
The coffee industry's brainwashing us.
Big
I do
Folgers.
think that is a thing, but it happened a long time ago.
Jukebox out of order. Those old guys kept
When they
over.
put coffee machines in break rooms to get your productivity up. Oh, I didn't.
I think it's
Oh,
hilarious
in this room.
that, like, back in medieval times, like, coffee was considered, like, a drink of heretics because it was mostly associated with the Middle East. Then the Pope tried it one day and realized he liked it. And so suddenly it was okay. It was a true drink for Christians after that.
Isn't there something else down there?
The doors that are back there are locked right now. At least we can't go.
Right now,
I'm
yeah.
Agent Saga Anderson. Are you the Bookers?
This actress is pretty good at holding her accent for the most part, but when she has to say her own name, you can tell.
Okay.
You can tell
So
she's
are we
she-
in charge
Saga.
of everything?
It's a weird
We'd
it's a weird
love to
name.
get back to our
Yeah.
hotel and decompress after what we
Well,
saw.
and she's her British
Is she
accent comes out a
related to
little
the
bit.
Andersons?
We're not
Do
charging
you
you.
think?
I think that she's not actually,
Okay.
but that
Alan
the
will
story
write,
that Alan
yeah.
is writing has maybe incorporated it as though she is, because it's convenient for the plot he wants to tell.
I'm a writer. true crime. We're here from New York, doing some research on a famous novelist, Alan Wake, who went missing here. I was down at the lake, getting some details.
And then a naked man came out of the water.
So what did you see in the woods?
This naked dude came out
Yeah,
of the lake.
they were the ones with the flashlights.
He's acting crazy, shouting weird shit at us. He must have been on something.
Unless skinny
I
dipping.
mean, that is kind of a regular thing in America.
Well, that's also a good point. Yeah, that's happened to you like 1,000 times.
Deer masks.
I can see that as a headline, especially if it happens in Florida, you know.
Yeah.
The guy emerges from lake, shouts at passerby before having his heart ripped out.
Yeah.
That's a Florida story.
That seems like a Florida story.
Hey, I never realized in the background. Oh,
The guy just kind of.
Be Ozzy.
Oh, it's just a guy sweeping.
Yeah. It's a similar blue
The
jumpsuit.
masks and knives aren't enough.
Anyway, I guess that's it.
They were shouting, "Cult of the tree."
That dude is slacking. He's been sleeping in the same spot for like an hour.
Yeah, I think this person just does not want to do their job.
If my job is to sweep a parking lot, I'm not
what's the
putting
point of
effort
that,
into
you know?
that.
That's all.
Especially in some small town where nobody even stopped in.
Right. There's not enough litter to make that job worth it.
I mean, why even bother doing that much? Just like fucking hang out in the corner and smoke a blunt, you know?
Finding a Casey movie lunchbox out here can.
Oh yeah, and that's its own case file. Sounds like side missions are their own case files, basically.
Yeah, my friend's old roommate got fired from Taco Bell for smoking a bowl in like he was on his break at work, smoking a bowl in view of the people in the drive-thru.
Oh no.
See, on one hand, I understand why they fired him, but on the other hand, Taco Bell standards are not that high.
Yeah, that's what he said. He was like, it's Taco Bell. I didn't think they'd care.
One time,
and I think if the customers hadn't seen him, it would have been a different story.
Right.
I'm surprised Taco Bell customers.
Yeah, they're fucking probably.
Yeah, they're probably smoking a bowl while he was.
There's an entire stoner rush at Taco Bell. I know because I've been part of it.
How shitty would it have been if some fucking stoner called him in, you know?
Seriously, right? One time me and Tim went to Taco Bell drive-thru. We were so high that by the time we got to the window, we forgot to order, and the guy that took our order was so high that he forgot to order, and we had to make a new order at the window. It was really awkward for a second because neither of us knew what we wanted.
Tammy's book. Nothing to do with a murder.
Just another day at Taco Bell, you know?
Well, there's nothing like being high in a drive-thru, and then you just keep talking, and you realize you ordered like 3 meals.
Yeah, right.
And you're like, anything else? And you're like, can I get a chalupa? Anything else?
But then you get home and you're so high, you eat all of it anyway.
Oh, yeah, you
Michael got 5 of those nacho fries one time, and then I turned around and I swear to God, I like turned around and they were gone. And then he looked at me and was like, I thought I got more of these.
Those nacho fries are
Alright, there's Rose. Remember, she's the one that drugged Alan and Barry?
With in the original, her face is so creepy.
Yeah. Yeah, the faces are much better here.
I wish they talked more like a Fargo.
Never see you back after that awful thing happened to your baby girl.
Yeah, the first of that weirdness.
Are you? I'm sorry. Who are you? I don't know what you're talking about. It's me, silly. Rose. You know me. I don't think I do.
Damn, 13 years later, she still works at that diner, huh?
Well, if you live in a small town, it's probably a good career path for you.
True.
Your daughter.
I mean, how many nuclear technician jobs would she likely to find?
You don't remember.
And Saga's never been to this town before, right? So.
Oh, I know what this is. You're blocking out your traumatic memories.
So that's a great thing for a waitress to tell someone.
Well, she's like, oh, my childhood friend.
Yeah.
Saga's never been here.
And Rose has also had issues with boundaries.
That's true. Remember her Alan Wake merch wall? And how she had the cardboard cutout of him in the front of the diner.
From the bookstore and just put it where she works.
So, Rose, help me out. How do you think we know each other?
We all know each other around here. It's been a while, but I never forget a face. Or a coffee order.
Guess I just have one of those faces. Seen anything out of the ordinary in town lately? Suspicious people in deer masks?
No one's suspicious. But soon enough, there'll be lots of happy people wearing deer masks for Deerfest. Practically everyone will be wearing one.
Good to know.
Amazing.
It's gonna make things fun when the cult actually starts making moves.
I mean, maybe you shouldn't have festivals where everybody dresses like cult.
Right.
Cult Fest 2010.
Well, Casey, I got a lead.
Bring your robes and your
Looks like
bloody
we're dealing
daggers.
with a cult. The cult of the tree.
A murder cult.
Are there any other kinds?
Have you heard of this cult of the tree?
There's our cult that don't have anything to worry about cult.
There's suicide cults.
That's true.
I mean, effectively, those are just sort of, like, assisted murder cult. I mean, you brainwash somebody into killing themselves. Is that really suicide, or did you murder them?
Right.
I don't know. It's negative persuasion, at least.
Yeah, real important guests. Deerfest. Always draws a crowd, right?
Too true. More the merrier. Have a good one, Sheriff.
Casey's like, can we fucking go? I don't care about these guys.
Hey, what do you know about that waitress from the diner?
I wonder if that's your headset's having issues then.
She's a bit of a space case.
It felt a little echoey there. I mean, some of the other voices are fine, but...
What do you do now?
She kept saying that my daughter drowned. She even knew my name. It's all very weird.
Rose has a talent for saying the weirdest thing possible, but it's best not to take it personally.
Don't take it personally that in this weird town someone's saying your daughter drowned.
Yep, in the morgue, all prepped.
What is that?
I'd like to take a closer look as soon as possible. Lead the way,
I
Sheriff.
don't know if I grabbed that one.
Oh, the town map?
Yeah.
Yeah, you got the map for the lake down here. And, like, yeah, the amount of... the amount of maps that you get, like... And this is only half the game, because Alan's got an entire other map.
Of the map.
Yeah.
Right.
I'll be right with you, sir.
Nice.
See you around. Just here to pay my ticket. Whenever you're ready to take my money.
Anytime there's a front desk, there's someone at it complaining so far.
Every time you come through.
And just here, and there's other rooms, just like any room where there's some reception area, there's someone complaining at the person working there, which I just feel like is real. That's what their life is like.
And it appears that I'm lost in the woods.
Hey.
Only had a tour guide. Also, it's bear season.
Also, it's bear.
Oh no, a bear.
Fuck.
Help.
What the fuck?
Did somebody call for a tour guide? Oh wow. Koskela Brothers Adventure Tours. Unforgettable tour experiences at affordable prices. That's right. I'm Ilmo Koskela, voted best coffee roaster / tour guide by Coffee World Magazine.
By Coffee World Magazine, I didn't catch that before.
Isn't he and also the guy that
the
made
owner of
he's
Coffee World.
He's the owner of the magazine that gave him 5 stars.
Distractions. That is true, Jaakko. Many local attractions have recently become fenced off by the government. And that's why at Koskela Brothers Adventure Tours we say, fuck the government. Oh wow. You think of everything. And anywhere. Hiking through the scenic
It's like some public access TV.
Yes. I feel like the Remedy TV, the fake shows in all their games have always kind of felt like public access shows.
Yeah, public.
Lords and Ladies and Max Payne 2.
Yeah.
It had a coffee thermos. I think he just said fuck.
It's amazing that he got a commercial where he goes fuck the government on like local TV.
That sounds realistic to me.
Yeah.
Wasn't there a version of this game that released with an ode to your diner thermos?
No, there's a thermos, but you had to buy it entirely separately.
Oh, I see.
And there's actually like a big issue with that, where like you could only get it in Finland.
Kill the Joe, make some mo.
Let's see. Look at what's going on with these emails.
Sir, some patience.
It's bitching about coffee. You need to have a face capable of growing a beard. This is inner office. New Marco's beard was too soft to be natural. What brand is he using?
Oh, we're seeing it backwards.
So the numerous friendly reminders about not having personal packages delivered to the station have gone unheeded. From here on out, if you seem fit to send something to the station, I'll see fit to announce to the station what you have received. Is it a federal offense to open someone's mail? Yes. Is it a personal offense that I need to share my desk space with your late-night impulse buys? Yes, it is. You have been warned. Officer Lightfoot, your beard oil is ready for pickup. Front desk computer and admin email are not to be used for personal calls with other and official business. People are really...
This is a pretty bitchy police station.
It's a contentious workplace, for sure.
The
I know the last one is the community outreach.
The annual event you've all been eagerly awaiting is upon us again, the community outreach barbecue. Now, I don't want to hear any grumbling. This is a valuable opportunity to connect with the community. Statistics show that officers who are well integrated with the communities they serve see lower instances of violent crime in their precincts, are more effective in their policing, have overall better mental blah, blah, blah. Community voted dunk tank victim this year will be Deputy Thornton. Anyone out sick that day needs to write a written doctor's note. You'll be assigned night shift for 2 weeks. Anyone who replies all to complain about their assignment will be volunteering as assistant for Officer Lightfoot's magic routine.
Wow.
Yikes.
Wow.
I don't think I'd want to work here.
Yeah.
No. I mean, I wouldn't want to work for a police station in general.
Yeah, but I mean, this is why
especially.
This is why small towns.
Somebody's stealing toilet paper from the station too. So there's also that. Yeah,
What kind of nut counts toilet paper rolls?
Yeah, sounds like you've got too much time on your hands.
Hey,
Somebody's stealing
at
it.
the height of the pandemic. That shit was worth money.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, also,
it's not
like,
clean.
that's literally the
racket.
job of janitorial staff, by definition. Like, if you can't figure that out, that's on you.
Is there a jail cell back here?
Everyone has to do inventory.
Did they?
Yeah, you look.
That dude killed 5 people.
Yeah.
He looks super happy with himself, too.
He didn't do anything after he killed those 5 people.
It doesn't budge.
Alright, sorry.
So we share a
You guys waiting for me?
home next door, so we have a shoestring budget. I guess you guys don't have that problem, though. Our only coroner rotates between a few other towns, and he's away this week, but you can handle this, right?
I'm qualified to perform examinations. Yes.
I told Sage about this a while ago, but I haven't told Alex, and I know obviously I've told you. But there's this crazy ass fucking movie that got made. It's called Gangland, and it's like a really trashy, just awful movie. But what's the really interesting thing about it is one of the guys who was like one of the main actors in it. One of the ways that he advertised his films he was in is he would go down to the local morgue, right, where he'd like do somebody who worked there. And he would arrange for all the murder victims in the morgue to be like arranged in a circle, and he'd just stand there with his shirt off, flexing in the middle of all these dead bodies, camera on him, and he was like, "Yeah, watch my movie," and he'd do some more flexing, and then he'd give the camera over to his mortician friend, who'd like start babbling about how if you do meth, you open yourself up to demonic possession, something like that. Fascinating guy.
Let's take a look at that patient.
Well, you got to flex on those bodies.
Yeah, I just feel like that's not much of an achievement, you know. Like
you never wanted to like T-pose on a corpse.
I'm just saying, it's
that's
not
like some Logan Paul shit.
It's not a competition.
Paul Logan or whatever his name is. Alright.
He's like wrestling in the WWE
What was the cause
now.
of death?
Is he? I knew he was boxing. Is he wrestling too?
I thought it was MMA,
He
but
went from
maybe
boxing to MMA, now he's in WWE.
That seems like the right place for him.
Yeah,
I think that had he started there, he would have been successful, but
body
people will
shows
always
signs
just
of
hate him
being
for who he is now.
Well, that's understandable.
Yeah.
Super.
Yeah, they're correct.
So the body's also waterlogged, which is part of why it actually is inflated beyond his like natural weight.
They did leave something inside his chest.
Oh shit, it's
It looks
alien.
like text. A tattoo?
Nightingale didn't strike me as a tattoo guy. Defensive wounds. He put up a fight.
Okay. Cause of death. Oh, wait, that's...
He's got lacerations on his thigh.
Long-term water exposure. And that definitely played a role.
Yeah, right.
Nah, that's just,
wound is cause of death. But the corpse is bloated, waterlogged. Doesn't add up. There's definitely something in his chest. Did the killers leave it there?
Not his heart.
So they stabbed through his sternum with a dagger?
Yeah.
That's
Oh, like one that you'd use to kill.
Yeah, it would be a specialized dagger.
Well, the one because you could see the one he was.
It would take an amount of force that would.
Yeah.
Wild.
It was a big it was a knife that was for like bears and deer and stuff.
Yeah.
Because I mean, when you do that kind of human sacrifice, they have special tools for that.
No heart, but here he was, killing.
Someone's created a fucked up fantasy about us.
Hey, hold on.
This is a blink and you miss it
We
moment.
found these kinds of pages. I didn't think they were relevant to this case. I have them right here.
There's a shit ton of them. That whole binder is full to that height. They have the whole manuscript.
Wait.
Yeah, it's like a fucking
That's your
song.
Quantum Break stuff is already playing a role there.
Okay.
Didn't see her. Could not see into bright light.
First, I gotta go star on the table.
He's coming. No weapon. The page set to get into the light. He can't see me in the light. My gun's out in the hall. Gotta get it back.
That's what I do when I'm looking for my keys.
I'll find you. I'll find you.
Vanished.
All right.
Interesting.
It does take its time to
That was a
Get
slow
into
build-up.
it.
Yeah.
Right. But it worked.
I haven't seen a game do that much build-up like in a long time.
Yeah, I mean, it really does feel like more like a TV show. I mean,
Right.
it really feels like it's
There's a
such
lot of
cinematic.
cutscene. There's a lot of pages.
This is the most live action footage out of any, including
Oh,
Quantum
yeah.
Break's like whole TV show. This I think has even more than
Yeah.
that, but it's also integrated much better.
Right. It's not a completely separate thing where they look different, and the graphics are caught up enough that you
Yeah,
can see it's the same person.
Yeah.
I honestly, there are times when it bounces between the live action and in-game graphics, and I
When
start
you're
losing.
pausing, yeah, you're like, wait,
Like, wait,
is
which
this?
one? Yeah, like it does throw me off.
Yeah, Remedy's really done a good job perfecting that little experiment they've been doing.
We need to figure that out if we're going to do anything about it.
It's really fun.
This game is like the Remedy Avengers, kind of.
I need to show you what it looks like
There's
on
no
my...
rational
I'm
explanation
running
to
it
what
on
we just
PC. That's like... my graphics processor is like 4 iterations behind what I'm supposed to be using. I think I'm still even
that's bullshit.
earlier than the minimum requirements.
Well, I'm glad you were the one to say it. Now we can figure out a way.
And it looks
right before things
more
got crazy, Sheriff
realistic and worse.
Maybe he shot more than he was letting on.
Like it's there are points where when it's working,
like he dreaded what was
it's
coming.
almost
One more
photorealistic.
the
But
victim of a ritualistic murder.
then I
turns
start to
into a
try to
monster.
sprint, and the whole game slogs trying
Is there a
to
connection?
load everything as I pass it.
It could be worse. I mean, it could be like when I tried to play that glitched expansion that got released for Quake.
Maybe.
And I don't know what the hell was the deal, but that was an absolute disaster. Like I shot an enemy, and like when they died, their corpse turned into candles. If you ran too fast,
It's like weird fiction, but not intentionally.
if you ran too fast, you would outrun the first-person camera. It would be turned into a view of your own ass.
Oh, God.
Must be locked from the other side.
Everything was jerking around constantly. Like I don't know what the hell happened, but like graphically, it was completely unplayable.
Saga was back at Cauldron Lake. Saga had to pursue Nightingale into the overlap. Finding a way in would be difficult. A ritual. Saga would learn how. Stop the monster. Saga was back at Cauldron Lake. He was there too. Nightingale was, but wasn't a taken, a creature of darkness. He was beyond her reach, where some other strange reality, the dark place, merged with ours. This place and the dark place, a tarp thrown over top, drowning everything beneath it, a flood of darkness, soaking into everything, spoiling it, rotting it.
You see a lot of that owl, I feel like.
An owl was like the
Saga
main
had
character.
to pursue Nightingale into the overlap.
It's like a
Finding
third
way
campaign.
in would be difficult, required precise steps, a
Is the owl
ritual.
wait just an owl?
Saga would learn how.
It's an owl working in
Owl wake.
Owl.
Oh my God.
He'd be
Owlin?
inside,
I'm gonna
waiting
throw
for
up.
The autopsy room was a mess, like a bomb had gone off. Nightingale hunted Saga. Didn't see her under the light, lurched past her. The Taken could not see into bright light. The light hurt them, hurt the darkness in them.
How much you want to bet that's going to end up being like the thumbnail on the video?
Probably. For how long it's been on screen.
Here, witch, get out of my
Not
house!
unlikely.
Nightingale shouted.
We've seen almost as much of that owl as we have the main character so far.
We've seen more of the owl than we have of
I was
Alan.
talking about Saga.
Oh, that's
Oh,
fair.
you're right. We haven't seen any of that one.
Killing.
Yeah, not more than the
I'm not
like.
convinced that the owl's on back.
Out of balance. You found yourself
Owl's
trapped on
talking to you the whole time.
Yeah.
A dead man turned into a monster.
Light
Light as a way to fight him. Pages predicting the future. There's no rational explanation. This
I like how everyone just accepts that, though.
Yeah.
There's really not a lot of resistance from any of the characters to these ideas.
Right.
But I guess we're, 3 games into this universe?
totally.
5 if you're going to count Max, or no, 6 if...
Yeah.
7 if you count Max Payne and Quantum Break.
I mean, it makes sense for this character because she already has like supernatural powers.
Yeah, although I don't think she realizes she
know it,
does. Yeah, it's like, it doesn't seem like she's aware that she does.
Maybe she has like an instinctual reaction, just like weird shit.
Yeah.
We're dealing with an organized. The cult of the tree is behind these murders.
Yes.
This case just became much more complicated. I'll need to start a new file.
Not the dead guy crawling
It's
out of
my
the
first
lake and
cold
attacking
case.
you, and or vanished guy.
Well, you know,
The corpse that attacked you, yeah.
I think that would be.
I need to know more about the cult of the tree if I'm
It seems
going to
like
shut
they
them down.
made him. I mean, at least from
Yeah, that's
So they're
the vibe I
necromantical.
get, kinda.
some kind of... Alright, let's see.
He
Rituals
looks a
to
little
create
bit like
monsters.
90s Bowie
I can
in
see
that
that.
picture. with just a really sharp
body
cheeks.
covered in writing, page found inside the chest.
If you told me that David Bowie crawled out of a lake as an obese zombie, I'd believe it.
Nightingale's the only victim to become a monster.
Can't read that because it's too close to the lamp.
I know, I'm trying to figure out.
What kind of
what kind of cult? And then, who's involved? Let's see, victim of the cult became a monster.
I think that's called goal.
Cold necklace.
Necklace with triangle symbol. Also wearing deer masks.
Doesn't look right.
Yeah.
There we go.
But it puts it in a weird spot in front of the other one.
That's true. Nightingale's the only victim to become a monster. Does that not have a spot to go then?
Cult symbols unlocks for that triangle thing too.
Is cult symbol unlocked?
No.
Oh, weird. Okay, so I don't have a place to put that yet.
Should.
She gets a
Maybe
note,
that
okay.
goes on.
Oh, there we go. That's why I needed to open up a new branch. Cults. Oh, only victim to become a monster. Why? Okay.
She's horrified at you.
She's so annoyed.
She's done with this shit, man. She's like, hurry up.
Okay, and then that doesn't play a role into that at all.
Well, wouldn't that go? That might go up. The necklace might go up to what kind of cult? Maybe.
Good.
Yeah, that's an idea.
Did I not try that already?
I don't think so.
Oh, there we go.
Oh yeah, there's the cult.
Cults. Oh, that's what cut it up. Okay, and then the deer masks not be part of?
Okay, maybe it's
right, okay.
Psychology.
Cult psychology goes in there. Okay.
The page places Nightingale back at Cauldron Lake. Calls him a taken. We need to head over there, stop him, before anyone else gets hurt.
Okay.
We heard gunshots. Y'all okay? Did you get spooked?
Does it look like you're okay?
Yeah, you know that guy. I don't know that guy.
Right?
But we know he's dead.
Alex is standing in the blood
We need to
trail.
get back to Cauldron Lake immediately.
Very
That's
specifically
good crime
said.
scene management.
They are taking the death of their colleague pretty well, aren't they?
They really are. He doesn't seem like he's bothered at all.
I guess nobody liked
He
him.
wasn't a great boss.
Yeah, he's kind of.
He ate all the donuts every morning. Didn't leave any for the rest of us.
That is pretty lame, man. I can't respect that.
Anything. He's dead. Yeah, right. Well, that's all crazy talk.
Thank God.
This is getting dangerously close to fucking Book of Shadows territory.
that did do the same kind of small town thing.
You think your black clothes give you power?
Have you ever seen Blair Witch 2?
It's objectively the best Blair Witch movie.
It is. It's so funny.
I don't think I even saw the first one. No.
Well, don't.
The first one's
time.
yeah.
Yeah,
I've never liked that movie. It's so overblown, I think.
But Blair Witch 2 is not like the first one anyway.
Interesting.
It comes off more as a comedy than anything else.
I just watched the documentary
Coming, buddy?
horror Hell House LLC on Shudder.
Okay.
I thought it was gonna be terrible. It actually surprised me. There's some good scares in there. It was decent. I turned on the second one and turned it off within 3.5 minutes. It was already so bad. But I've read some reviews that say it's similar, where it's the one to watch because it's worse. The car can be used I love video game tutorials that just tell you things about how existence works.
Oh yeah.
It's very obvious shit.
The fork can be used for eating. Thank you.
Shoes can protect your feet as you walk. I kind of want an RPG that does that.
Just puts it in. The South Park game's kind of the South Park RPG kind of
Dust
did that.
Branding had shoes that wore out, didn't it?
That's true, actually. That's true.
Yeah, I've heard the jokes at the office. Cold case Casey. Murder case Casey. Sorry.
They named them even
I feel like
worse than
Cold
Max
Casey
Payne.
would have been a better name.
Yeah, exactly.
I think that one gets used too.
Okay.
Yeah, they're probably...
That was it. Then, 10 years ago, I started getting strange letters in the mail. Fragments of prose describing murders. You've heard the stories about what happened in New York. Some of it, at least. Bodies started to pile up. It was a murder
Is he
cult.
Describing?
Oh, no. I thought he was describing the events of Max Payne 1.
I think it is intentionally meant to be, like, loosely similar.
Yeah.
What he's talking
okay,
about
the
in,
cult
like, a meta
the
way.
cult is doing the books.
Yeah.
Their imagined prophet.
So the cult worships Alan Wake as, like, some sort of dark god.
Well, he is kind of defining reality.
Yeah.
So
I think we know who they're really worshiping, but yeah.
Right, right. I mean, that's a good point.
Next time, give them to me before
Mr. Well, you know.
Zane.
Well, Mr. Scratch. If they're worshipping Alan, but it's like an evil, dark monster Alan.
Yeah,
but then again, we don't know what the fuck's going on with Thomas Hayden. Even like as to where we have played up to, we have not gotten anything really.
So Alan writes by typewriter and scratches out and rewrites lines to edit his work.
Nightingales and something.
So is Mr. Scratch just him
to figure out
is editing the self?
I think no,
Because there
Mr.
is
Scratch
some
is truly
level
a separate entity,
Yeah,
right?
I mean,
the dark, the dark
but it
presence
like
wearing his
grabbed
face.
onto his anger.
Yeah, that's true.
Editing.
Because they're behind this.
Because he just clearly seems like the kind of writer who gets pissed when it doesn't come out perfect the first time. Well, especially when you see how much he's scratching it out on those.
I need to understand this strange logic.
Is it still a manuscript when it's a typewritten? Isn't that
Yeah,
by
it's a
hand?
manuscript.
Yeah.
Basically called a draft.
Yeah. I was just looking at the definition of manuscript. So I was like, oh, manual script. I get it.
What sort of cult refers to themselves as a cult?
Like all of them?
In my experience, they don't.
But I mean, not in the name.
We're
It's
not
not
seeing
like
the
the
full
cult of
picture yet.
Jonestown.
Oh, look, there's technicians out here at the FPC station.
Hey, hello there. How are you folks doing?
Who actually invite conversation, which is kind of funny. Oh no, that's Ilmo.
Yeah, it's one of the guys from the commercial.
Yeah.
Hello, Saga Anderson. Are you two supposed to be here?
I'm Ilmo Koskela. Fantastic to meet you. And yes,
Oh,
Stephen
he's.
here hired
Oh.
Yeah, because it's.
But later.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, this is why I want to play this game a million times.
FBC, man. I'm authorized to be here.
And I bet you two are here about that murder.
Who's that voice actor? Not Ilmo, but the other guy sounds
Oh, he does sound familiar.
How did you hear about the murder, Ilmo? Do you know anything that could help us?
People tend to tell me things. The Koskela brothers are kind of a household name around here. Speaking of, if you're looking for some fun, stop by Watery. Just down the road from Bright Falls. There's our coffee world.
Watery was Auntie's vacation spot in Control, too.
Yeah, as soon as I heard that.
And we offer a variety of guided tours. Hunting, fishing, hiking, whatever strikes your fancy. You name it, we probably got it.
What is this thing?
It's just a monitoring station, ma'am. The Federal Bureau of Control checks volcanic activity and air toxicity levels. No need to worry, though. It's mostly for research purposes.
That's one gorgeous...
Well, Cauldron Lake's a Caldera Lake.
Looks Nordic. I bet a family member made it.
Like,
My mother made this sweater for me. How do you know?
I knew it. My mom used to knit those sweaters for me and
Mount
my
St.
brother.
Helen? Is that what I'm thinking of?
Out in Washington State?
Yeah.
That's a problem.
Was founded by
Right.
immigrants. So
Cauldron Lake is supposed to be like part of the same volcanic chain or something.
Finland.
I was assuming it was further inland.
I guess they've never really given it a super good idea. But yeah.
There's something that
Springfield,
references,
Right.
or it's like the same, yeah,
Stephen,
on the
we're
same fault line,
investigating
I
a
think,
murder that
maybe.
occurred nearby. What can you tell me about your bureau?
Nothing that isn't classified, I'm afraid.
California's gonna hurry up and
But
split
I
off.
don't know anything about a murder. Operations here are run by a different department. I'm just here to make some repairs. The wiring on this thing frays every couple months.
It's because they only use technology from the 70s.
Yeah.
with teeth like you wouldn't believe. Can nor run through a garbage can.
That's all I've got.
That's like he just described the squirrels here. I've seen squirrels.
Oh yeah, 100%. You have to kick going to the dumpster at work. You have to kick the dumpster first because a squirrel might jump out at you when you open it. They just like don't care that she just walked into this extremely classified.
Your signs of tampering signal is rerouted into a transmitter. It's not one of ours. Fix it so any alerts will come our way. It's definitely concerning. Report to the investigations department, leaving this here in case I'm not the next person to fix this thing. If you're reading this, check for tampering. We may want to put more secure metal casing around the whole thing so that the raccoons can't get into it anymore.
Just say the word.
Thanks, but I don't drink coffee.
We brew our own beer too.
Let's get to the murder site, Casey.
Now we're talking.
Oh, my beer.
Ava means Wolverine in Finnish.
Got it.
A lot of things about this case keep bothering me.
Yes.
Yes,
No,
that's exactly
specifically
what it is.
Wolverine piss.
Is it like those Chinese beers that they chop up like with it's like a Wolverine dick in it or something?
I don't get the feeling
I hope
Nightingale
not.
was responsible.
Like those penis wines, you know?
Yeah.
They're
I
penis
have not
wines.
heard of
You
it.
don't know
That is the thing.
I know
Dicks
worm
for
tequila.
dinner.
Penis wine is a new one.
Yeah, there's
Penis
all kinds.
wine?
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's a bunch of penis wine.
Three penis wine.
Snake penis wine, tiger penis wine, whatever.
What is a snake penis? No.
Are they doing just the snake penises? I thought they put the whole snake
Whole
in
snake
there.
varies.
in there. Yeah, that's what I heard.
Oops, only snake penis.
There's a dude who supposedly got bit by a snake from like a snake wine.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because it was like still alive.
What?
How?
I feel like it wouldn't still be alive, but he just was dumb enough to touch the teeth.
I think the idea was that it had been improperly sealed and so the snake was dead.
Yeah, that carving, that symbol. That symbol of the two trees, that was also
That's
one
in
of the symbols on
the
in
Ocean
the
View.
the Ocean View Motel in Control. That cult of the tree symbol.
Yeah, that spiral.
Yeah, there was the spiral.
Was the one that I think was inferred to be the dark place.
Yeah, that was the one that Alan like straight up was like putting pages underneath in
I'll see
Control.
where these footprints lead.
Yeah, well, it's interesting. It also, like, I mean,
This
they're all
dog fully
triangles
covers you
in
up on
control.
the camera.
Right, because of the whole the board itself, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The whole as above, whole so
Trying
below
on the
kind of
cable
thing.
while Nightingale was found. Symbols.
No, your face doesn't go belong in my face.
Link, you'll have a spot to sit here. Okay? Yeah, good dog.
Alright, well, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, I'm glad I could stick around.
That controller, honestly, you can just leave in the head with the whole headset on the table. It's not connected to the other ones.
You don't need
Hey,
to
it's
press
good to see you, man.
Yeah, seriously, good to have you on the stream again. And then Ulysses.
Yeah.
Let's get Link. Come on. Come on. No.
He's like, no.
Come on, go.
You can't make me.
Move the shit closer.
Pull this in. Yeah, and then Link, if you want to come up on the side there, then you can.
You know he's just gonna get right in front of the camera again.
Yeah, he will do his best.
Well, I guess he's distracted. That's not
Okay, so now we have a little room to run around and look at stuff.
Alright. Bony-legged Pat.
Bony-legged Pat.
Oh, it's all the Baba Yaga references in the...
Yeah.
Or was it, you sure it's not boner-legged Pat?
Yep.
Pretty sure.
Yeah, I feel confident about saying that.
You got boners for legs.
That sounds horrifying, dude.
If he can't get it up, he can't get up.
Oh my god.
See, it's hard to walk.
He stands erect.
Hard to walk or walk hard? He stands erect, that's good. Look at that.
Must be tough when you need Viagra to get out of bed.
Hey, Casey.
Yeah, penis leg McGee.
What's the false favorite?
Oh my god.
Sanderson, just one case without the
A triangle.
I don't get
That's my new
Yes, you
band.
do.
Penis leg McGee.
Penis leg McGee.
It's the Dread Pirate, penis leg McGee. Yeah. They were playing poker.
They were. How dare they?
Well, I mean, what kind of poker? Texas Hold'em, you know? Like, it really matters what kind.
Yeah. Strip poker? Maybe that's why the dude was naked.
But then why was he in the lake?
Lost a prop bet.
It's closed.
This was all just a series of dares that went horribly wrong.
It's a bunch of grown men in the woods playing truth or dare. Not weird.
Just a random no, that's not too significant.
Is that a washer and dryer? They both
Yeah, what was
that? Yeah, it was like a whole laundry room.
Oh.
Or a bunch of them.
Why do you keep that many?
Why would you have so many?
Well, a general town and a small store, I feel like makes sense to have like a laundry place that people can go to.
Oh, okay. I feel like it's kind of out in the middle of nowhere to do your laundry, you know?
It is.
Especially when there's no residential.
Yeah, there is no residential shit nearby.
I guess. Maybe it's for the.
Yeah, I guess.
Foresters.
Yeah, I guess you'd have that at like an RV park or something, so people would wash their clothes if they're staying for a long time.
It is. It is such a small town that it honestly makes a lot of sense. I feel like for something like that, backup, just in case.
Alright, I can stand and watch this game forever. But...
Alright,
good to see you. We'll try and get you back on again soon.
For sure. Finally get more solar ash.
Yeah, right.
Solar ash? What?
Solar ash.
Oh.
Sure.
Alright,
The
here we go.
North Side Slasher. But that case was completely different.
The trees, Anderson.
Oh.
He hid the bodies in the forest.
Did I take a wrong turn there somewhere? Oh, I did.
You think serial killers ever get into turf wars? Like the South Side Strangler starts abducting prostitutes and the North Side Slasher's part of town, and it's just like, bro.
Yeah, I think that totally.
Do you think they gotta sign a do not compete clause?
Be interesting.
The witch's hut. Here lived the witch of Cauldron Lake, beware her spirit may still haunt this place. Those are lyrics from one of the old Gods of Asgard songs that's in the first game.
They do a really good job just tying in all sorts of stuff, making everything feel relevant.
It really is the Avengers of the Remedy verse.
This is totally the Remedy Avengers game.
I mean, the pre-in-game Avengers.
We've already gotten Max Payne, Quantum Break, and Control stuff. And we are very, 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 very early on into this.
Look, as long as they don't do a Black Widow, it'll be okay.
As long as Samuel Jackson don't be kissing any more aliens.
At least in a horror game, I might be okay with that.
It's just some random campers. Nothing too important here.
Midge.
What kind of name is Midge?
Midge? Oh,
is that the name of a kind of bug?
Midge.
Like a midge fly?
Midge.
Midge in the fridge?
A lunchbox again.
Midge on the ridge?
Who's leaving these out
here?
here?
Alex Casey
Midge
lunchbox.
lives under a bridge.
That's a good name for a troll.
Things can get a little crazy around here, but if you're ever feeling scared, just remember that Alan is watching over us.
Midge of the bridge.
There's fragments of manuscript pages in.
Yeah, do you like our new character for Sage? Midge of the bridge?
Midge of the bridge.
It's more of an overpass.
Actually, I really like the idea now of a troll living under a highway overpass. Like an old school fairy tale troll. That's where he lives. There ain't no bridges left, just under the highway.
Okay, let's see here.
What? He's like, oh, it's a bridge troll. You have a riddle for me? What costs $10 and makes me forget?
Oh shit, was I
right in
supposed to...
box
I may have been supposed to talk to him again before I came over.
I'd like to see that in an urban fantasy thing, that's the kind of thing that Bright should have been about.
Somebody should do a movie about
a lot of things Bright should have been.
Fairy lives don't matter today.
God damn it, dude, that movie was so stupid.
There should be a movie about just a schizophrenic that thinks they're in an RPG or something like that, going around. And
I bet that's an anime plot. Having schizophrenia and a VR game in another world.
After
But I mean, can't you just imagine that, like some homeless guy on a bridge, like, "Oh, let's roll." You know what I mean?
You know what I mean. Monsters.
Do like a vampire's kiss, but they think they're Lancelot or something.
That might be the only way to stop
Yeah, I love that idea. At some point, they should go into a goth club with like a stake and try to stab people in the heart with it. They think it's a side quest.
Or they're like, the Goths are back. Must stop them before they sack Rome.
But with dead men coming alive.
For Christendom! Stabbing Goths at a club.
Learn what this ritual is.
Okay. Nothing for me to put on there right now. Okay.
I don't know if that's a sunrise or a sunset, but it was pretty damn good.
Footprints.
I like the kind of blood red tint giving everything.
Yeah. I think it's late sunrise or sunset. Yeah. Okay. Just sit there, stare at him.
Stare harder.
That's what police work is all about.
You gotta work on your stare.
Yep.
Stare and your puns. That's what I've learned from television. Can't be a good police officer without stares and puns.
Well, that in a computer you can shout enhance at every 10 minutes.
Right.
Hey. Actually, now that the AIs are getting better, they can finally do that.
You think we're going to start doing that?
Well, they can actually finally do that. The AI can,
that's
like,
funny.
intuit and, like...
Damn, now we can't complain about the shark being unrealistic anymore.
Well, we can because they came out 20 years ago.
Yeah,
well, that's true.
Because you can't enhance an image, but if you train an AI on enough data sets, they can reasonably fill in the extra pixels or whatever.
Though it wouldn't be able to say, look at a blurry piece of security footage and figure out...
the guy's exact face.
Yeah.
No.
You're in over your head. Next stop, Caldera Street Station.
The threshold.
I can't wait because
there's a control terminology, right? Instantly used. Yeah, and it's so much of I'm glad we played Max Payne and Quantum Break ultimately because
it all ties in.
It all ties in. This game.
It's like even how you even have to watch some of the shittier Marvel movies.
Which
not anymore though.
Not anymore.
No.
But this is the new connected universe to be interested in.
Right.
Like legitimately, this is the one that you actually want to be checking out.
I don't know. I mean, Marvel could keep getting worse. I mean, what if they find even more aliens for
Samuel Jackson to fucking stick his tongue down?
Yeah.
Maybe he'll just like butt fuck a flea stack or something.
Does it make that noise the whole time?
Yes. It just gets louder as it goes on.
And the Oscar goes to Samuel Jackson. For boldly going where no one has gone before.
Boldly going where no one should have gone before. Wouldn't he just be Captain Kirk at that point?
Yeah.
Basically.
Kirk did bang some aliens.
What's that?
Do you think he ever fucked a Gamorrean?
What is
I
that?
don't know, man.
Seems like it's reacting to
And this is the tree again that's sealed up after Nightingale went through it at the beginning.
These aren't the same tracks that were here before. They're headed into the tree, not out of it.
And here's the new version of the flashlight boost thing.
Burned the dark stuff away. It was covering another page.
The fuse was
Get
in
in the
place.
crack.
Saga stepped into the witch's hut. Inside, a bright light. There were objects that stood out to Saga.
So
as
she
if the
reached her
light had
hand right up that
manifested
crack.
The witch's hut. Okay. I trust the pages to lead me to the overlap.
Let's try to do another page.
Is Witch's Ladle the doorway into the overlap? If so, that's where I'll find Nightingale.
Do you think witch soup tastes good?
Witch soup?
Yeah. Like, you know, like witches are always making weird soups, right? You know, Eye of Newt and all that.
That's true.
But like, what if they're onto something? You know, like, what if they found some like really good flavor combinations that we haven't thought of? Like,
you want to take that risk?
Yeah, like Eye of Newt, Wing of Bat, Dollop of Mayo, that kind of thing.
Some type of like emerald.
Do you have? What is your thing for mayo? Okay, what is your thing with mayo that you want to
You're
put
talking
in
about like
everything?
some emerald, like Legacy type witch, where it's like we got to put a little bit of that Newt in there. Bam!
A witch cooking show. I haven't seen that before.
That's a great question, actually.
It's like, oh, dinner should be arriving any minute. Like Hansel and Gretel come walking.
Oh, it's delivery. Can you get off the side of it? Okay. Yeah, and then, I mean, on top of all the story elements that are already coming up, like how much they've taken gameplay-wise from Resident Evil here.
Do you guys think that like DiGiorno's slogan actually makes the pizza sound worse than it is?
Yes.
Because like it's not delivery, it's DiGiorno, and it's like, well, I mean, like delivery's like Domino's. Dude. Like, if I mistake your make-at-home pizza for Domino's, I'm fucked up.
Yeah, it's called Domino's. So it's like actually eating Domino's.
Like eating Domino's.
Because it's flat and made of plastic.
And then your save room, instead of a typewriter like Resident Evil, you got the coffee thermos.
Oh, nice. You got some vagina Danishes.
Is that what those are called?
Yeah.
The vagina. I just walk into a bake shop and be like, hey, I'd like to order a dozen vagina Danishes.
Yeah, they'll tell you to get out.
Just make sure you, well, they'll tell you to go get, they'll tell you to get out if you go in there and you ask for 12 Danish vaginas. You gotta get the order right.
The smudged line on the heart.
Cream-filled vagina Danish.
I brought you the heart, witch.
Oh, go look at the Danishes.
The terror. Saga pushed the heart through the hole in the sign.
Yeah, how much cream do they got on them?
Yeah, go look at those Danishes, too.
I mean, it's a lot of cream.
Yeah, see?
Yeah, see?
Somebody's been creaming those. Working hard all day to cream those things.
Oh my god.
The page from the witch's hut seems to be describing some kind of ritual.
But this whole story hinges on those vagina Danishes. They should just laugh.
think so?
That's a secret. Yeah.
Maybe that's what that witch was doing. You know, she was like catching people and then turning them into vagina Danish.
Where is it now?
Or they're like symbolic. They're like fertility Danishes.
Ooh, fertility Danishes.
Part of that cult ritual.
No, thank you.
You don't want to eat a fertility Danish?
I do not want to eat a fertility
But then
Danish.
how are you going to be fertile?
Yeah, see? Come on,
I guess
man.
I can
You
stand
drink
not to be.
You gonna drink the penis wine or eat a fertility?
Yeah, those are your choices.
God damn it.
Or you could wash the fertility Danish down with the penis wine.
Nightingale's heart.
Wow, this sounds just so appealing the more times you say it.
You'd be as fertile as the Nile Delta.
Oh my god.
Was forced to.
You'll be as fertile as the Nile Delta after the pharaoh's done jerking off into it.
The first part of the ritual.
You know Osiris's penis is
smudged line. The second part recited from memory.
That's a 3-penis
The
river.
word she I brought you the heart, witch. Show me the terror. Saga pushed the heart through the hole in the sign. This was the key. The tree was the threshold.
The fucking owl.
I want them to portray that Osiris, like do a modern day take. You know how they'll do like a
Jerking off in the river. You
Well,
want a
like-
modern day take of that?
Well, like, you know, Shakespeare, they'll try to like update Shakespeare or whatever. Can they do that with some of those?
No, so
myths?
you want like a version of the Osiris myth where instead of like an Egyptian god king, he's like a lawyer in New York?
Yeah, and then he's just like, how? No, don't throw my penis in the Hudson. What are you doing?
I'd watch that. I mean, it sounds pretty good.
Yeah.
Nightingale's heart.
Get Ian McClellan to play him.
Oh gosh. Oh yeah, that'd be good.
what's in the general store.
What is he doing these days? Is he still weeping on Lord of the Rings sets?
He was rubbing up against poles, light poles, and cats.
I forgot he was in that. God, why were so many famous people in that? Is that like a movie 43 situation where they think black?
It must have been, dude.
Or they were promised. I don't know. I can see a lot of like actors who had some theater experience or something being like tempted to do Cats.
I guess
like,
so
Cats
much
movie
of
or something. And
yeah, I think because so much of the movie was probably going to be done in post, with CGI and all that. They probably just figured, oh well, this isn't too bad for us. Just put on some fucking green suits and dance around for a couple hours, and then we'll just trust that the special effects department will make it not look like shit. And then they made it look like shit.
Well, it also just wasn't, right? And I still don't know what a Jellicle is.
Who knows?
But it's super Jellicle.
I don't know what a Pollicle is either, but I don't know.
Yeah.
The Jellicle cat doing Jellicle dances under the Jellicle moon. It's all very Jellicle.
It's important not to mix up a Pollicle dog with a Pollicule dog.
Yeah.
You don't want to be the bottom dog in a Pollicule, dude.
Nah, that's not good news, dude.
You see Sam Bankman-Fried did throw his little weasel girlfriend under the bus?
Oh, really?
No, yeah, he blamed her for everything.
Did he find out she'd been hoarding all his nuts for the winter?
I don't know.
Christ!
But yeah, that Pollicule stuff is weird, man. It's like March Madness sex. They have like brackets and shit like that. There's a whole hierarchy.
Yeah, that is truly bizarre.
God, get up. It's much, it's much more like Resident Evil. There's a lot less enemies.
And a lot less ammo, I'm assuming.
Yeah, well, you got limited inventory here.
I like that, though. It, kind of keeps the tension up.
You actually have to, use health items instead of just getting to the light spots.
General store has seen better days.
Is that a gun?
It's a shotgun, yeah.
Always need one of those.
Got an inventory size upgrade. That's
nice.
quick.
Another fanny pack.
You need check with Lady Fortuna at the counter. You need a 3-digit code. So let's see, don't forget to update the code 705-713-717-723. So based on 705, 730, so it should be 739 based on the pattern. And actually, I don't even think I have that on a quick slot. Yeah, put that in there. Quick slot. Yeah, there you go. Sweet, now I got a shotgun.
Video games really have done a lot for the reputation of shotguns, haven't they?
Yes, they have. Yes, they have. Oh, there's another page.
In real life, there's quite a few situations where you don't actually want a shotgun.
Oh,
yeah. Edged toward the broken door.
But in a video game, there's no situation where you don't want a shotgun.
That's a good point.
The Cauldron Lake General Store was overgrown, left to rot. Saga thought about the cult of the tree. They had been here, waiting,
more close
planning a gruesome ritual.
I'm sure it's coming.
Meanwhile, they
there you go.
I love this the way it's just giving you that side eye the whole time. It's like, yeah, you hearing this shit?
The door.
You believe this fucking shit?
There was a loud crash. Saga found herself face to face with a cultist, a hulking figure in a raincoat. We watch in the night, wild eyes behind a plastic deer mask.
So the cultists are not taken. That is a different type of enemy.
Are they so tough?
They have a darkness, they do have some darkness on them, but they're not subsumed.
They're not
by
creatures of the darkness.
Yeah, they're like people that still have their minds generally, but then
So So, like, the sorts of people who hang out at the World Economic Forum.
Yeah, there you go. Oh, there's the heart.
Oh, cool.
The text on the heart is clear.
You will
now.
eat the heart and be happy.
Hey, at least it's not a bug.
It's true.
What if you gotta eat bug hearts? Like, you don't get the whole bug.
Huh. It'd be so small.
There's gonna be some fancy restaurant out there where you pay $100 and they bring out like a fucking plate with like a tiny little like fucking bug heart on it with like a little sprinkling of oregano on it or something.
I don't think rich people are gonna be eating the bugs. Dude.
Oh, it's gonna be one of those things that they sell to poor people to make it. Let them pretend that they're being fancy.
So it'll be at like Red Lobster.
Yeah.
Where it's like, oh, we're going to a nice restaurant tonight.
Yeah, instead of Red Lobster, it's gonna be Red Beetle.
Ooh. Red Beetle. Nice.
I knew it would be here. Like I saw it in a dream. And now I need to give the heart to the witch. Makes total sense.
Look at that, though. It's another video game character that can hold a gun and a flashlight at the same time.
Right, fucking Doom 3, dude. I'll never not think that that's ridiculous.
This was stupid. It was such a pointless limitation.
They're taken, like Nightingale. Watch yourself out there.
Yeah, thanks for the heads
Not
up.
quite the same.
I'm still finding my
We're
way
still
back.
You have the worst sense of direction.
Any city in America I can get through drunk and blindfolded. It's these damn
He talks like he had to do that.
Okay.
He does.
Okay.
He does.
I need to perform a ritual to
I've had to get through the city drunk, but never blindfolded.
This case just keeps getting
Sounds hard.
weirder.
Yeah.
Would be difficult.
But it is exciting.
I guess if you're
Yeah,
drunk and
actual
blindfolded, it's not as bad as if you're just blindfolded, because, like,
Sure.
you know, if you're drunk and you're not blindfolded, you know, you're really drunk because everything's spinning around you all the time.
Right.
Well, would you be nauseous if you couldn't see and you were drunk? Because a lot of times you see like drunk people like close their eyes and it almost gets worse. It's like completely disoriented.
That actually doesn't happen to me.
No?
Like obviously I'm disoriented, you know, when I have my eyes open, but having my eyes closed does actually feel better because it's not like everything's fucking spinning around.
No. I don't know. I still get like the kind of wobbly, like disoriented feeling, and then not seeing my surroundings, even like swirling, just like closing my eyes. I feel like almost makes it worse.
I wonder, has anyone ever done like a kung fu movie? Because you know, there's like the drunken master trope and like the blind swordsman trope. What if you put them together? What?
Yeah.
What if you put the blind swordsman trope and the drunken master trope together?
Be interesting, right? That'd be very zen, you know, the idea that, like,
I think the way flesh is just peeling off their fucking bodies.
That the only way to truly fight effectively is not to have any plan whatsoever.
Yeah.
Because otherwise you're
too predictable.
Yeah.
Well, now there's less monsters.
Kind of your Krav Maga kind of idea too, where it's like you're almost kind of dancing a little bit, and you're never sure what's part of just the random movements you're making and what's an actual attack.
Just misdirection.
Mm-hmm.
The wave crashed on the
I like that capoeira stuff, though. That's just dancing. I actually don't think that's martial arts. I'm not sure. But I really believe in that. I feel like there's some real martial arts, and then there are some that are like, I don't know. They're just. It's kind of like when guys will like work out all the show muscles, but are actually not effective for fighting or strength at all. It's just for visual appeal to work out muscles that actually aren't useful in any way. Just like the typical physical movements.
Oh yeah. I mean, there are dudes who like you'll see them and they'll go buff because they do that, but then there
visually it does not feel like control almost with the red lights and shit.
Oh yeah.
I love guys who skip leg day, though. When you get super buff and then you have those chicken legs, and you're like, dude. I mean, like, I don't work out. I'm just saying that if you're gonna work out really hard, you need to make sure your muscle is proportionate. Like,
you do, yeah.
You can't have tiny little legs and then be buff like all up top, just swole.
Casey, do you?
Yeah, you look like a cartoon character like that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Saga, going in solo. Logan? Logan! Where
Oh
are
shit,
you?
Logan Paul is her kid.
What the fuck was that? Logan's back in Virginia.
Also, that as an FBI agent, she lives in Virginia. That's where Will Graham lives. Just another level. Hard to say if that's even intentional. But...
Well, isn't that where Quantico is?
Oh, is Quantico in Virginia? Yeah, no, yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. So that makes sense.
Yeah. I would imagine a lot of FBI agents should live
Oh.
there.
What was that?
A little flash of Alan.
It was a Force Ghost.
Any federal agency, you can be pretty sure it's headquartered in Virginia or Maryland, somewhere around Washington, D.C.
Like a nightmare.
And most of it's in Virginia.
Yeah.
That's where Langley is. That's where the CIA is out of.
That's the real price you gotta pay when you join those organizations.
To move to Virginia. Foggy Bottom. You know, the 6 wealthiest counties in the U.S. all surround Washington, D.C.
That makes sense.
The dark presence.
Sad.
Jagger had taken him.
Just shows you
witch
the
had
grift
stolen
that
his
government
heart.
can
They
be.
sank beneath the waves. The dark
You think, like,
wandering
the
shadows.
Bay Area would have at
Wandering
least a
themselves.
couple of them, or maybe like New York City, you know.
Right.
But no, the top 6 are all around Washington, D.C.
I think that's a common thing for a lot of countries.
Premium cabins
They're around
for
the
rent in
capital,
Bright
yeah.
Falls. Who said that?
Okay, that all needs to be a named character at this
I
point.
need help. Please. Stop this.
I was like, get a load of this guy, huh?
You must dig it out. Their shape shifted.
It almost makes it seem like Alan is the owl.
Dreams, fading in, fading out. The next story and the story after that. The writer was writing again.
I'd enjoy if like his rating commented on it, and the camera kept zooming into this goddamn owl. Oh, hey, they got Christmas lights out.
Yeah, the very red hues going on. It's just super control.
I wish fall looked like that here.
With like hell lights.
Yeah, I mean, all we got is fucking snow.
It's true.
Yeah. Where's our... Why aren't the pits of hell opening up here? It'd at least be warmer.
Yeah, exactly.
Good point.
I will say at least winter isn't kicking into full gear yet. It's all melted right away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So at least we're still...
We got a couple more.
We're still
weeks
prior to full-blown winter.
Yeah. A little bit of time.
But it is cold enough overnight now for it to snow.
Yeah.
I'm not happy that we got sort of a rain-snow mix, because that means we're probably going to get ice all over the fucking place.
No, there's ice all over parking lots now.
Yeah, I chipped that driveway so much. Mine got FBI badge, just lost in the woods back here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm curious how far we'll be able to get here today, but I think we can at least for sure finish the entire first chapter.
What is this, the UAC?
It's connected to something. Yeah, like, oh yeah, there's the threshold, but then there's the overlap is the area that, like, where they bleed, the two universes, like, bleed together a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I love the extension of controls terminology there.
One night and go hunt down some fans.
Oh shit. Takes a hot second to do that reload animation too.
Yeah, I like a lot of games people reload and get the fun stuff.
Get away!
Shit.
Go.
I do like the enemy design so far.
Yeah, and there's a lot less enemy encounters
But they
overall.
feel more impactful.
Exactly. There's less of them, but they feel much more significant and important.
And like the stakes are a little higher.
Yeah, because the first game's combat was basically just like a horde mode.
Yeah. Plus, I like just how much scarier this guy looks than the enemies in the first game. I mean, part of that's just technology stuff. But I mean, I think it's also just the art direction for this title.
They've had a lot of time to learn.
Yeah, their games have only grown in scope as they've gone on.
Well, Control was crazy ambitious.
Control was amazing.
Control 2 is supposedly really fucking ambitious.
Nice.
And actually, now that this is out, they just had a little report kind of earnings thing. Oh shit. Oh shit, it's that one. But it sounds like Control 2 is in the still in the like proof of concept phase.
Okay.
Whereas Max Payne 1 and 2 Remake is in the project readiness phase.
Okay.
So it sounds like Max Payne Remake actually is going to be first.
Interesting.
Cool.
And then sometime after that we'll get Control 2.
Right.
I think that has more to do with if you have the battery charges ready.
Okay.
You did make a habit of like shouting random writer names at Alan in the first game, which
forgot about that.
Didn't make a lot of sense to be honest at the time, but actually makes more sense now as a as a monster for him to do random weird shit like that.
Yeah, I was interpreting it as just being dead.
I mean that too. Yeah.
Who are you?
What is this? Who are you?
Hear me.
I'm Saga Anderson, FBI. I can hear you.
Cauldron Lake.
Yes, I'm at Cauldron Lake. Where are you?
How to escape. In danger. The dark presence.
Danger. Thanks. Got it. Hey! Are you okay?
No! It's my fault! It got out
it.
with my face! Scratch!
Sir, calm down. I'm gonna need you to take a breath.
He's changed the story. The dark presence. We must stop it before...
Easy now.
Go lay on.
First things first.
Go on, quit whining. I don't want to hear it.
My name is Alan Wake. I'm a writer. I've been...
Got that Adam Driver here.
Where did you come from?
A lot of people say he looks like John Wick in this game. The dark suit. 13 years, man.
13.
No, we even have more time to.
Oh, cool. Yeah, we're sailing through this first part. This game's supposed to be long as hell, right?
It's the longest game Remedy has made. Well, let's stop and listen to them. Too much of them.
I mean, most of their games aren't terribly long, but Control could be kind of long.
Yeah, and this is longer. They're going to be longer than that.
Yeah.
Flooding just disappeared. Crazy forest.
How much he hates being in a forest.
He's just so done.
Think it is.
Casey, say hello to Alan Wake. Mr. Wake, this is Special Agent Alex Casey. He'll escort you to our car. Casey, I'll meet you there, right after I take a look around. If the flooding's receded, there might be evidence we missed earlier.
Okay. See you there.
So we are going to do the optional investigating next week.
Okay.
Because it's open world and you can just kind of come back.
Sure.
It can't be. I got out.
Yeah, the PI from your books has the same name as me. Great. Moving on.
Because I want us to be able to see some of Alan's first chapter too today.
Get your bearings, then we'll head out.
Yeah, it's an Alan Wake game where we just got to Alan Wake after 2 hours.
Yeah, and I could have taken it slower,
right?
Too, than I did.
But you should know these woods aren't
No.
the safest.
Yeah. It's getting dark. You have a flashlight? It's not safe without a light.
I have a light.
It is crazy how far video game storytelling has gone.
Relax, Wake.
This, I think, it might be one of the all-time bangers, based on what I've gotten through so far.
They have vital information.
Look how just he doesn't seem like.
We'll keep an eye out for them.
Okay. Okay, just give me a moment. It's okay.
Take your time.
Okay.
Should look around. With the flooding gone, could be further clues out there. The flooding disappeared very suddenly. I wonder if there's any connection to the overlap. To Nightingale.
But yeah, the kind of open zones that are in this, they are. Where do you want me to go up? I'm sorry. Which side are you asking me to? That not seem like that would be the right spot. Huh. Oh, am I just being stupid? If you duck under the tree if I go over there. Yes. That's exactly what I was thinking. But yeah, so these areas are like open to explore kind of throughout the whole game. So we'll definitely come back here and we'll find all the extra shit.
Okay.
And this is one I think we're actually going to do all the extra stuff. Yeah. Because it's like the extra stuff it's not so significant that it's going to take a crazy long time, and it's all generally pretty good and interesting stuff to spend your time finding. It actually feels worth it. It is the most I don't know, man. It's a surreal experience. Getting to play this after this long. Oh yeah, and you can.
Yeah, I mean, like 10 years ago, I certainly wouldn't have expected this.
Yeah, and based on the first game.
Oh, it's a puppy. Of course, they're just gonna kill it.
You guys shut the fuck up, okay?
It's just a
your
fucking...
MO.
Yeah.
No, it is a darkness possessed wolf.
There's no evidence of that.
Yes, there is.
I mean, that wolf was just walking by, just minding its own business, and it looked at you, and you're like, oh, that's enough an excuse to shoot it in the head.
God damn it, dude. I swear to God, it's a monster.
It's only trying to kill you now because you took a shot at it. This wolf is entirely justified in its self-defense.
Look, I know what it was going to do.
Yeah, it was going to walk by and go through the forest on its wolfy day and say just like, no, you don't.
And these animals, they're fucking with me, okay?
Even the animals are turning into monsters.
See? She said so.
You made her say that just to justify your shit.
I don't make her say shit. Okay. Right around the corner. Yeah. And there's always dog enemies in these games, so I can't fucking get away from it every single time.
I mean, I can understand you killing dogs. It's like you know, like the World War II game and the Nazi dogs, but you know, it's not the case here.
They're monsters, dude.
We don't know that. All we saw was a wolf.
I know.
It's not like it had like 3 limbs or something.
I know that. Okay.
It didn't have a scorpion tail or like a giant, like, I don't know, an extra jaw or something. Like, what about it was monstrous? Is that your excuse every time you see a dog? I thought it was a monster, so I shot it 12 times. Then I realized it was a dog.
Look at that.
Oh, they got an alarm. Is that
the
the
FBC stations going off? Yeah.
Is that the somebody just killed a dog alarm?
Oh my god! God damn it!
Warning: activity detected.
Well, that's really useful.
AWE.
Oh yeah.
Cauldron Lake.
This is literally the signal they were picking up on at the end of that. Yeah.
What exactly does the FBC do?
After New York, when I started looking for our friend here, their name came up. I pushed them for any files they had on him, but got stonewalled. They have a reputation of showing up for weird shit. They have a presence here.
It's a great description. That should be the tagline for their organization. We show up for weird shit. Is what's her face from that game going to show up in this one at all?
Jessie?
Yeah.
I bet she shows up in that Lake House expansion.
That makes sense.
But I don't think we'll see her in the main game. I think primarily just because her like fucking superpowers would make things
right
so easy.
Yeah,
she'd break like the stakes and the tension. So I think it makes sense for her. And she's the director of the organization. Right. It makes sense for her to like not really come in too directly. But I think what we'll see is at the end of that AWE expansion, they reference there being an Agent Estevez at Cauldron Lake. So I think that character is going to end up being a part of this.
Okay.
You can freshen up there, and then we'll talk properly.
Hey, Mom. Before you say anything, I'm totally fine. Don't freak out. Dad shouldn't have even texted you.
Logan? No one texted me. What's going on?
I'm totally fine. I slipped, that's all. God, it's not the end of the world.
I mean, it depends. Did you slip off the end of the world?
Right?
Okay.
Slip off the planet.
It's Mom.
Don't worry, hon. Logan slipped in the shower and bumped her head. She has a slight concussion, but I'm keeping an eye on her. Lucky I heard her fall. She could have drowned.
Which that's what Rose said happened.
Why didn't you call?
Said her daughter drowned.
I tried.
That's why she moved
Didn't
away.
go through. She's fine, really. But what about you? You sound stressed.
No, it's
Shit is weird.
just weird case. That's all.
I don't know. I mean, if a fucking obese zombie came to life and started chasing you around, he'd probably be pretty stressed too.
I'll keep an eye out for him.
She seems like
Love you, Dave.
she seems almost like Jesse was a little excited about how weird things are, though.
That's true.
Granted, Jesse, other than Hartman, the stuff Jesse dealt with was like not nearly so outright horror-y.
True.
Too.
It was more just alien.
That's
the Twin Peaks reference.
Well, not even that. It's just that shot exactly was in that like hidden Alan Wake trailer inside Quantum Break.
Mm-hmm.
You saw Alex Casey and a female FBI agent with a map on the wall investigating the disappearance of.
Is there anyone you'd like us
was
to
the
reach
owl
out
in that
to,
shot
Mr.
too?
Wake?
It might have been.
We've been gone a long time.
No.
The owl is the glue that holds the
They'd
story
be in
together.
danger. It'll come for me.
We used to use horses for that.
Okay, let's talk about something else. Robert Nightingale. Do you know him? You were both here in 2010.
The Dark Presence got him back then. That's the last time I saw him. 13 years.
Yeah, what else happened in 2010? That was so long ago.
Red Dead ate the first Alan Wake lunch by releasing the same day. That fucking happened.
That sort of thing happens with video games so often.
It seems like they've avoided it this time.
I'm sure they were very cautious with when they released
They
it.
delayed it because they announced their release date first, and then it was 3 days off Spider-Man. And
Yeah,
they were like, let's push it back.
Let's at least have some of a news cycle.
Did you write these pages, Mr. Wake?
I'm trying to remember it.
It's like that almost looks like a live-action shot for a
It
second
does,
there
yeah.
with the.
It doesn't.
Yeah, graphics really have come a long way.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, it looks so good.
Yeah, it does.
I remember when it was all pixels.
Yeah. Now we're about to get weird.
Some real reveal.
Yeah, now we're gonna. I mean, it's still gonna be. I don't think we're gonna get any big answers, but we're gonna start teasing into some of the crazier shit.
Cleaning supplies?
So in the six, you can switch back and forth between the two once you get past the first chapter for each.
Okay.
And it's like a puddle of darkness on the floor of the save room. Lets you switch realities.
Man, I hate it when you get a puddle of darkness all over the floor.
Look at how cool that just fucking cyclone of evil.
Oh, that reminds me. I forgot the main character in that shitty hunting game I told you about.
Oh.
Same voice actor as Shadow the Hedgehog.
Oh god. Ultimate power. In between with Mr. Door.
Was I on a talk show tonight? Waking up in places with no memory of how I'd gotten there. It was
Yeah, I need to watch late night talk shows really as hell these
the
days.
fucking tabloids.
Just to look around
Had
the
I
room.
already done the show? Was that a recording?
There's Sam Lake up there too.
Hmm.
Can't tell who the guy on the bottom is though. In between with Mr. Dar. Then again, there's your Quantum Break stuff.
Yep.
There's the old Gods of Asgard on the wall.
Strange pull toward the TV.
Yeah.
Now we're just watching it for a little bit.
I like how far into the game they put this too.
Right, I mean, this game really it takes its time. It sets stuff up well.
You almost never see pacing like this in a game.
Mm-hmm.
Good to see you
sort of reminds me of how it was considered so revolutionary when the original Half-Life took 20 minutes to just sort of establish the world before actually getting into the gameplay.
Yeah.
Tell me, does it ever get old?
So does what get old?
Publishing a new book. Are you okay there, my friend? You look like you've been
so fucking confused.
That's exactly how I feel.
You know, I've waited so long to get my hands on the sequel to Departure. You left us on quite the cliffhanger. We've all been dying to know what "it's not a lake, it's an ocean" really means.
You and me both.
Well, our way's over. Your new book, Initiation, hits the shelves tomorrow.
What?
That's exactly what every reader will do. This book is mind-bending. It's so cerebral. I mean, how would you describe it? An auto-fictional thought experiment? A horror story? A postmodern detective story?
Wait. This isn't right. I haven't written anything.
He's so humble.
Okay, you got me. Good prank, very
So
funny.
weird.
But yeah, sad to say, I've not written this. I'd remember if I'd written a book, right?
Or maybe it was written by your evil double.
It's just the fear, dude.
That is spot on. Playing the role here. Pretending the world of the book overlaps our own. Very meta indeed. You see, Initiation tells the story of a fictional writer named Alan Wake, who is trapped in a nightmare, desperately trying to find the manuscript of a novel he has forgotten he has written. The book is set in New York, but it might not be New York at all. He is tormented by his dark doppelganger, and guided by visions of a fictional detective he has written. That's right, Alex Casey is in this book as well.
I guess we'll just keep doing this the whole show. The joke's on me.
But isn't that what you sign up for with autofiction? No, but seriously, I found the structure of the reality you build in the book fascinating. It reminded me of The Matrix. I mean, the writer is physically
Hopefully
in his
not
writer's
Matrix
room,
Revolution.
trapped in it. And he projects himself out to this dark dream of New York through the story he is writing. Like astral projection. Did I get that right?
Yeah, that's exactly right.
So that's how he's actually moving around the dark place.
This is great stuff.
Notes to that other Alan Wake in that room writing this as we speak?
So if there's astral projection, is there asshole projection?
You don't want to see what that looks like.
No, I wish you every success with your new book, Alan. I hope it's as successful as your best-selling Alex Casey series. Initiation hits the shelves tomorrow. After this, I'm sure we'll all be eagerly awaiting the culmination of this hero's journey trilogy of yours. A book called Return, perhaps. Man, thank you for one of the strangest interviews of my entire career, Alan. Talk of meta-narratives. I'm expecting to disappear once this series ends.
Just seamlessly transitions back to game.
Yeah, you just couldn't do that 10 years ago.
No.
It would have been a loading screen that would run.
Dude, even like...
It cuts a bunch of polygons.
I mean, even like what, Quantum Break was 2016, and even then, they couldn't quite make that work quite that well yet, right?
At least it's not like one of those, like, fucking FMV games from, like, the 90s, you know?
What the hell
It's like the janky puzzle gameplay
Some
and
kind of
shit.
joke?
Yeah, that's true.
Initiation? I never wrote a book called Initiation. This felt like a bad
Of course, then there was Wind
make a good
Commander
horror
3.
story.
That was a hideous game.
Old Gods of Asgard. That name sounded familiar.
Hey, neighbor beast.
Which is an apartment number that comes up in Max Payne. So that number's been thrown around in every single Mr. Door's private dressing room.
I was
Even has a door.
I'd never heard of this talk show or Mr. Door before.
Sam Lake
None
with
of it
him again.
felt right. Was I losing my mind?
What's that there? The Many Worlds interpretation by Dr. Casper Darling.
Awesome.
Yeah, dude, I'm telling you, the control, like, we are layering everything. Like, they are going for it in this game.
Awesome.
They are leaving nothing on the table, I feel like. Well, granted, then maybe they are.
A broken transmission I couldn't quite make out.
Time for some more owls.
What was that? A message? Impossible to say.
It must be crazy, like, you know, being one of the people who worked on all this shit for so long and finally getting to see it all just put together and just out there.
I had to get out.
Yeah, see this shit actually fully realized.
Especially like this game.
Sam Lake in particular, right?
Well, especially because like this is getting like pretty widespread recognition too.
Yeah, this is actually like getting the same kind of like Game of the Year talk that like Spider-Man is.
This is the ritual to beat you all.
And his version of the Mind Place, or the Mind Palace, is the cabin room from the first game.
This place felt familiar. A ghost of a memory surfaced about riding here for countless days.
He's got less stuff, but you can watch the TVs again if you need to. And then we have a plot board instead of a case file thing.
That's kind of a nice little twist.
Oh, dude, what they do with this is so good.
A summary of the story so far, but other notes as well. Warnings. I had written them. I couldn't remember what it all meant. The name Scratch filled me with dread. I could trust these words.
Mr. Scratch.
I had to act on them. You must write to escape.
It's like they make you as the player actually like have to put stuff up here and like match things to. You'll see as the further we get in, but it's a really wild set of game mechanics that I can't say I've ever seen anything like before. Like they truly did something new here.
I didn't remember much, but I knew my thoughts and ideas could manifest as reality.
Yeah, we've got a long time in this room without seeing that owl. Feels weird.
Myself out of this room, like a deep sea diver to go deeper and explore the depths.
Sounds like what Thomas Zane might have been doing too.
Mm-hmm. Deep sea diver.
Right, he even said, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a cool shot.
Yeah, it is.
Again, very Hannibal.
Oh yeah.
Welcome back. We have a great show for you here tonight. We'll treat all you Alex Casey fans out there. Alex Casey himself is here tonight. That's right. Chandler, ladies and gentlemen. The actor who has given his face to the famous detective in the film series. And of course, we have Alan Wake here. Best-selling writer, books, the films are based on. Let's do this!
The old gods are just like the studio band.
Oh, the fucking layers of characters are just getting really fucking weird.
Yeah, we're in some crazy territory.
How do you feel about this?
Sorry, what?
I know it can be an awkward question with the man sitting right next to you, but I mean, how do you feel about him in the role of Casey? Does he look the part to you?
Constipated back. That's amazing. I always imagine Casey to be. It's uncanny.
Thank you. That means...
I love that they have those little in jokes like that.
I'm a huge fan of your books.
So, what's the problem?
And there's the guy that wrote all of this, too, in the game, sitting there next to the fictional writer.
It's not that. They're their own thing. They've gone with choices that are different from mine.
This really is like the true successor to Twin Peaks. Not like that.
Better,
yeah.
Honestly, than Twin Peaks.
But it's not like that crappy thing they did more recently.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Well,
yeah. I didn't like that at all.
In that case, you won't have seen this either. We have a clip from the new film Murder Case Casey. Should we roll it, or do you want to say something first, Sam?
Nah, just roll it.
This city was an old scar that refused to heal.
And now, this version of him is even more like Max Payne than the one that's with Saga.
I was tired. Insomnia covered me like a plastic film. I was watching the world through a rain-slick window. My own reflection haunting the view. I was trying to track down a missing writer. My only clue was a table lamp shaped like an angel. The only thing to shed light on this sordid mystery.
It's cold. Cold as a walk-in fridge. Cold as a gun.
Great job, Sam. Very exciting and very meta. I'm looking forward to seeing more.
Look, the constipated face.
Yeah, this shit's weird.
Yeah,
I'm enjoying that Alan is as much in the dark about all of this as we are.
Yeah, he has no fucking idea what's happening.
What I love about Alan Wake is how much, like, it feels like Alan has some control over the situation, but you never know how much, and then there are things that seem
kind of like Nathan Fielder that way.
Mm-hmm.
It feels like he doesn't know how in control he is.
Right. But he clearly has some level of control over reality.
Right, he just because then he doesn't remember.
Mm-hmm.
It's the layers are wild here.
Yeah, seriously.
So we know what goes on in room 665. What's going on in room 669?
It's a great question. I think you probably know. Nothing got us that time.
Hello?
Is there a cow in here? What the fuck is that? Is it a cow in the shower?
Janitor's office.
Oh.
Remember him?
Yeah.
Yeah, awesome.
Ah, Lorraine. There you are, Tom. Oh,
You got any more
not
sick
so
beats for
much
us?
evil that not a bit of good as well. Not one without the other. Good to see you.
Hey, I can't seem to find my way out of here.
Come on, give us your cassette player.
Tosta helvetissä. Of course, Tom.
Like I said, man, the control stuff is we're hitting the ground running with all of it.
For you, but you can get it yourself now. The more cooks, the worse the soup.
What do you want me to get from the basement? And my name's Alan, not Tom.
Ja, mutta katsopako a man, but a man with a tool makes two, Tom. Eikö niin? And a man with a tool can build his own exit. It's in a shoebox, in the basement where you left it. Safe as in the Lord's purse. Here's the key.
Have we met before? Are you trapped in the dark place too?
You remember Ahti, the janitor?
I don't think he's trapped anywhere.
If you don't worry about where you are headed. So, don't worry, Tom. The sun will shine even into a heap of twigs. Just remember to turn on the lights. It won't take long when you get to work.
I've been trying to find a way to escape the dark place. Any suggestions?
He who mouths about his troubles is the prisoner of his troubles. It's not easy to get out. But don't you worry, Tom. The home is still there where the heart is. I often think about it when I mop the floor and look into the puddle. Water is the memory of the world. Water finds its way.
The janitor was a bit out there, but still a friendly face. I had to trust the basement would get me out of here.
Oh shit, is this a unisex bathroom?
That's officially characters from every game have popped up now.
Just saying, if this is a unisex bathroom, you know, this game better watch out. It's about to get review bombed. It's like Dead Space.
Right. That was so stupid. Doing this thing. Alright, so I got our map here. And again, big map. Right, huge area. That shortcut.
I feel like we haven't done that much bullshitting like we usually do because there's
I'm
so
just
much
interested in what's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, this game is like actually attention grabbing. I feel like this will probably be our our least talkative series overall.
Yeah, at least for a while, you know.
If we had actually streamed Control, I'm sure that would have been similar.
Probably, yeah. I don't know if that's what the viewers want to see, though. I mean, they want to see us, like, get lost on a blood trail for 4 hours.
I don't know about that.
And walk in circles talking about fucking people's dads.
Fucking Deathloop, dude.
More like dad loop.
Well, I guess once you get lost enough.
An old lamp in a shoebox. Was this what the janitor had left for me?
That's a fancy lamp.
Yeah, this is a really cool mechanic.
A tool for bringing light to the darkness.
I'd want a lamp like that. They can carry it around everywhere like it's a magic wand.
Well, it is a magic wand, actually.
I felt a magnetic pull between the lamp and the light overhead.
Watch this.
Whoa! When the light jumped into my lamp, the whole room changed.
Huh.
Like something in a dream. Opening a way forward. The lamp was humming. The bulb glowed. It held the light now.
And then we take it back over here.
So this is like a kind of like key hunting type thing.
Surge
but with light.
Yeah.
The glow in the lamp went out.
So we are making it changing reality a significant gameplay mechanic. Now that we're on the other side of that fence.
As long as this doesn't go too like Soul Reaper with it, it should be fine.
So far, it's felt completely genius in everything I've played. Like I'm very impressed how they've gotten all this stuff to work so well. What does that do from up here? What does that do? I don't think that's doing anything for me. Oh, there we go.
The dark place place wants to drown me. I'm losing myself. I have to fight it. I have to remember the clicker, the light switch. I lost it, but I have the lamp now. The lamp the switch was cut from. This
So that's where
place
what the
nightmare.
lamp's significance
Not
is.
real and yet more real than anything. The danger in the horror reel. It feeds off my mind, twisting whatever it takes into psychotic reality. I'm trapped here. I write to escape. I've tried this many times, written countless stories, forgotten how many. I keep failing, but I must keep trying. I use the story to dive deeper. Every word I write is a step forward on this spiral of the darkness. I dive to the bottom to find the answer, the map, and the key, the compass. That's combined to form a door leading out. But how do you open a door that's not a door? At the bottom of an ocean, that's not an ocean. And a lake, that's not a lake.
Does this game have a lot of badass original music go into it, like some of the other games?
Yeah, well, actually, if you want, I can.
I'm just asking.
It was actually just starting to play one in between that pause screen. I can let a little bit of it go. But actually, so cool thing, I guess, to tell you about the game while I'm letting this play. But Remedy has went and worked with a Finnish recording or a Finnish music company, and so they not only have Poets of the Fall doing their there's a Poets of the Fall songs in here. There's a bunch of new old Gods of Asgard songs in this game. And they also just got right, which is just them. But they also got a bunch of bands that did work with this studio, and it's so all of the music in the game is completely originally produced for the game.
That's badass.
So none of it sounds like it'd just be licensed. It sounds like it's licensed music, but it's all written for this game.
That's cool. That must have been crazy expensive.
Yeah, I feel like it had to have been.
I do enjoy that Poets of the Fall is kind of the official band of the Remedyverse.
Yeah. Apparently Sam went to high school with them or grew up with them.
That makes a lot of sense, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, that's just a little bit of that. And then, in Resident Evil, you have an item box to store stuff that you don't actually need. Here it's a shoebox.
That's why it's so small.
Because, that's, the stuff Thomas Zane had written himself out of reality, and the stuff that he left behind was in a shoebox in the first game.
It is kind of funny how this... Whoa, shit. Wasn't expecting that.
Oh, look at that shit, man. That's amazing.
For me.
Yeah, imagine showing this kind of shit to somebody in 1992 and telling them this was what the video games look like.
They wouldn't believe that it wasn't real.
And this also gives us a decent idea of what the Max Payne remakes might start to look like.
Yeah,
too. This is literally that setting.
Nuts. Imagining Max Payne looks like this.
That would be crazy.
Because this is essentially what they're doing, right?
Good controls.
There are no happy endings. Final, Casey. There's a bunch of those everywhere. Oh, this graffiti is everywhere. Scratch.
Interesting.
Everywhere. Closed, Casey. Night Springs billboard. Ocean Avenue.
Yeah. What's the other one? Drive.
Wheeler Street, Barry.
Oh,
Barry
nice.
Wheeler. Who could possibly be calling us?
Oh, there were a lot of movies in the 90s that didn't look as good.
That's great. Stand Street.
Hello?
Alan Wake?
Yes.
Do you know who I am?
Reminds me we should watch more Baywatch.
No.
Who
is this?
We'll get to that later.
Now, I don't know how far I've gotten who this is on the phone yet, for sure. I think it's Thomas Zane, though.
Sure it's not Shadow the Hedgehog?
I am sure.
Alan, listen to me carefully. Caldera Street Station, the subway. You need to go there. I'll call you again later. Make sure to pick up.
Do I know you? I know you from somewhere.
You've just forgotten again. We're in it together. Don't worry. I got you now. We've been working. Great.
I'm losing you.
I truly, I don't actually know, but I feel sure that that's got to be who that is on the phone.
Okay, free subway pass.
There you go.
Time to watch some homeless guys jerking off. This is New York, isn't it?
And it's a horror game.
See? That's a good idea for a horror game, mass transit simulator. Just,
Casey.
You on the subway, going to work, and you got all the weirdos.
The man had
coming
taken
after
Caldera
you.
Street Station. I had to go there.
Oh, and then there's a... I just didn't pick that up. There we go. Now I got the map for the...
Are there still that many newspaper stands around? Does anybody still read newspapers?
There would have been in the Alex Casey novels that take place in the early 2000s.
I suppose that's true, yeah.
But now, there are no payphones anywhere.
I was thinking, like newspaper holders.
Oh, I feel like those are still a thing.
Really?
Yeah, I feel like that's still a thing.
I've never seen one of those these days that hasn't either been like vandalized and empty or turned into a little free library.
I guess I don't. I'm having trouble thinking of a real example, I guess.
I think there might be like a couple here and there downtown. Like downtown Minneapolis, not downtown St. Paul.
Right. Look at that AWE graffiti.
Oh, nice.
That was something we saw all over Quantum Break.
Right.
Before Control even told us what.
Yeah, back when they were seeding that shit. What's that?
It's just a shadow.
Oh.
So that's the thing that's interesting about Alan's half is the enemies are like just moving shadows. They're not even like taking people.
Interesting.
Is this the way it was on the page?
What the hell?
And look at the clothes he's wearing.
Oh, hey.
Damn.
We met at Door's show.
Alan Wake.
Yeah, he's going full max, man.
I'm Alex Casey, looking into a murder.
Come on, what is this?
There's a piece of evidence, a manuscript of a novel. You wouldn't know anything about it?
A manuscript? What manuscript? I need to see it.
Rumor had it the manuscript contained the details of the murders. A murder cult was following the story to commit their gruesome acts. Was Wake their leader? Had he written it? How far would he go to create a perfect work of art? Or would he be the next victim? Stay here.
No, wait! I need a gun!
No chance.
Like I said, man, it's the Remedy Avengers. This is the game they're truly bringing together all the elements they've.
At least it's not Remedy Justice League.
Casey!
Thank God.
Remedy
Snyder cut.
It's all in black and white.
Dying in this alley in a dream I had. He was just gonna keep killing me here, loop by loop. You're not gonna get what you want. You think you know. You know shit. You don't really want to know. You're gonna get what's coming to you.
Because it's like a nightmare world. You can just kind of keep running into him. Even though that looks like a death. And the rules do not apply.
Right. Yeah, I kind of figured we wouldn't. That wouldn't be the last
books
movie.
I'd written for years. Picking up Casey's gun felt like I was assuming the role of the detective.
And it is like straight up the same revolver Max Payne uses.
I had a light now. I could use it to make
You
my
get
way
bullet
deeper.
time too.
No bullet time.
Damn.
But we'll get to see what that looks like. Apparently, it's their very next game.
Restless shadows block my way.
And the thing that makes these shadows interesting is that only some of them attack you. Only some of them are actual enemies.
So you don't want to waste your batteries on the ones that aren't.
Or your batteries, your bullets. Yeah, you want to be careful about
Which means you got to be careful because you might lose some health if one takes a swing at you and you didn't know it.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, you have to be kind of.
I like that. That's cool.
Yeah, it's to the actual survival horror, like resource mechanics.
Yeah, it builds up that tension. You don't get in a lot of horror games.
Yeah, this honestly has some like major Silent Hill vibes going on too a bit. See, like that one. Yeah, that one's real.
Look at the dodging is a lot better than one.
Yeah, the dodging feels more like the Resident Evil 3 dodge that Jill had almost.
Trying to stop me with the gun and flashlight.
If only you could parry.
Spider-Man has a parry.
Really?
Yeah. It's pretty.
What's he parry with? His webs?
Miles has his like electricity powers, and Peter has like the mechanical legs that come out of his back.
Oh, okay, cool.
And then I know exactly where the save point we're going to leave off at is. Like the theater too, Mr. Door, in between Mr. Door. I guess that's the theater building that came from. Okay.
I like how all the street lights are on, but none of the window lights are.
Yeah.
Makes it feel like North Korea. You know, there's a big old hotel in North Korea where, like, it's like this massive building. It's like one of the tallest buildings in the capital. But
you talking about that creepy ass?
Look at how that just appears.
Was that Alex?
Talking about that creepy ass uncompleted pyramid thing?
No, I don't think so. This is like more of like a traditional tower kind of building.
Oh, okay.
But it's like the place where like tourists are supposed to stay, and obviously there aren't a lot of tourists, so the building is almost always completely dark. And there's like one row of windows close to the top that's always on for some reason.
Wow. Have you ever seen the big fucking pyramid thing that never got completed? It looks like a Bond villain lair.
I think I did,
it's
yeah.
absurd.
North Korea is a strange place, man.
It's a very strange place.
But they like gave up on building. It's this big worthless boondoggle that just like,
even the communists
rots
do
on
that
the
shit.
skyline of Pyongyang.
They're just like here. Well, it's also like that tower they started in Saudi Arabia, I think, and then abandoned. Remember that?
That I don't know about.
Oh, they wanted to build a big-ass tower that was supposed to be taller than the one in Dubai.
Oh, yeah.
And so they they laid the foundation for it, right? They started building it, but then MBS came to power,
So that's a separate name, right?
Palace.
The Cult of the Word.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's different from the. So there's the Cult of the Tree, and there's the Cult of the Word.
But yeah, so when MBS came to power, the dude who was funding the construction of this tower was actually one of his political rivals. So he took the dude down for corruption and basically arrested anyone involved in the construction of this tower because it was considered a corruption project. And so it was just abandoned, and now there's just this partially constructed tower just sitting there.
Wow. That's like, you know that the Burj Al Khalifa, that huge tall building in Dubai?
Yeah.
You know that they never had a plan to set up the sewage for it? Like they proceeded with the project without it. So there's a fleet of trucks that show up to pump all the shit out and drive it away.
Jesus.
Wow.
Like 20 shit trucks pull up to the building every day.
Imagine if that was your job, shit truck convoy leader. That's like some medieval shit, you know, when the fucking lawn farmers would go around the city with their carts, collect all the shit.
But some sins, the evidence.
Well, I mean, have you ever seen one of those porta potty trucks?
The way he like hoses over the screen.
The big hose for sucking the shit out of the porta potty.
Therapy from Dr. Jack Daniels.
That's good.
My skin like tattoos, bruises in my soul, scar tissue on my heart. The rain never stopped falling, and I never stopped drinking.
Ocean View Hotel.
Nice.
Which is, again, remember that's different because it was a motel in Control.
Yep.
So I don't know why that difference. What that difference is, but.
Or if it's just a reference or what.
Well, I'm not sure, but there's just like glimpses in some of the trailers that make me think this. But I think one of the maps that we're going to get at some point is going to be the Ocean View Hotel. Like that's going to be a whole area, I think, in the game that you get to explore. a lot of them just fade away.
Yeah, I wonder if that's the kind of fate that awaits that new capital city that Egypt is building.
It's definitely possible. Dictatorships are known for their
boondoggles.
Boondoggles and just grand projects that never go far enough.
What about all those ghost cities in China? You know, where they're like satellite cities they built because they wanted to migrate people out of like Beijing or whatever, you know, just establish like secondary workforces, but then they just never got used, and so they're just kind of left to rot.
Right. Yeah.
We're almost at the point where we're going to wrap up for the day, but there's one thing.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, you remember the graffiti that you'd find sometimes? And they had, like, stashes and stuff in them?
Yeah.
More humming.
Nice.
Hello? Oh. Hey, Alan. You snuck up on me.
Fuck.
The sheriff that just
what's he doing in here?
Have we met?
Memory problems again, huh? Yeah, we've met. Tim Breaker. We've shared notes. Hey, I've made some progress on the map if you want to take a look. I still haven't found my mystery man, though.
You're making a map?
Trying to. It's hard to map a dream, though. I keep ending up in unexpected places. I find interesting things like those strange markings that react to the light, but never the one thing that I'm looking for. Feel free to check the map out. Oh, I've been stockpiling supplies while I poke around. If you find a stash, take anything you need.
I appreciate the help. Who's this mystery man?
Oh, it wouldn't be much of a mystery if I knew. All I have is a name. Warland Door.
The talk show host?
No, that doesn't sound like him. The guy has many disguises, but a talk show host? No. I'll keep looking.
That name was Warland.
I don't know, but it with the M and the W being flipped and so many of these things being like echoes of each other, Warland is... Martin and Warland are like... I can see there being some similarities there.
I guess.
So, yeah, all these question marks all over the fucking map.
It's a big place.
It's interesting, being in the city now, too.
Yeah, and then, we got Mr. Timebreaker just sitting here.
Oh, that's my crazy wall.
My crazy wall.
Make sense of things. Don't judge
Where
me.
was it? The morgue.
Get
the evidence to the FBI. Door transported me here. Why? Why? Motive. No missing time, no memory. Always end up here. Forget when I get out. Abducted aliens. Door, UFO, polyhedrons.
Huh?
Well, the Polaris, the thing.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of.
With Jesse was like a weird polyhedronic resonance being, right?
Yeah.
And the hiss even is like a weird, basically the same thing. Me, but not me. Others I know, yet they are different. The redheaded woman. Jesse.
Yeah.
Cool.
Or, if he's a, alternate universe version of the character from Quantum Break, the woman that he, is, working with him in Quantum Break that gets killed is the same actress that plays Jessie in Control, and she had the same red hair in Quantum Break.
Right.
So, I do, they're tying, all the little elements of this together.
Yeah, I do like that we've branched out from, rural horror to, urban horror now, too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the way that Alan's levels this whole thing here is so different.
There was something hidden here.
That's what stashes look like.
Repeated over and over.
So it's a word of power that we found.
What's it say?
So when you find those, you come into the desk drawer.
Oh, these upgrades?
These are upgrades.
Cool.
Oh, nice.
So,
Words of War.
Words of Gun.
Words of Gun. So
that's my new bad action movie, Words of Gun.
Words of Gun. The words of the gun. Yeah, 25% chance to regain a flashlight charge when killing an enemy, 10% chance to stun enemies on flashlight boost. Maybe that one.
Nice. Those look like some decent upgrades.
Yeah. Wild to see upgrades in Alan Wake.
I mean, it fits. Plus, I mean, you had them in control, so they had to figure out a way to work them in.
Yep. Except, man, they've learned so much. They've learned so much, and to see them apply it here the way they are is amazing.
Mm-hmm. It is just fun to watch, developers kind of make it from being smaller studios to big time like this.
Mm-hmm. Pretty cool.
Especially when you just sort of experience, like, all the iterations and how it's improved things over time.
Poised to tear into you the second you let your guard down. You thought you had it tamed, that you knew what the hell you were doing. Your last mistake, unless you got lucky. And you didn't deserve to get lucky.
Hard-boiled and hungover. Hard Casey.
Your mind wander, and the fire escape that was meant to be your getaway route was gone. Was never there at all. You'd gotten turned around somewhere along the way. The city was coming to finish you off, and there was nowhere left to run.
The shadows talking and just saying his name here and there. This is a lot more. It's much more atmospheric than. They'll do that. They'll start like speeding at you like that. Go up the stairs. They'll also do cool things where the spaces don't make sense. Like we just went up the stairs on a roof,
right?
And now we're at street level.
Pretty trippy.
Let's unlock this. Oh, wait, can I? Yeah. Well,
you can do jack shit.
Alright. That open up. Go back over here to get our light.
Look at all that trash all over. Like, fucking hell.
It is New York.
Worst, Casey.
Bullets, bodies, and bourbon.
Yeah.
No, seriously, why don't they get that guy who was sweeping the parking lot, not doing a goddamn thing earlier, bring him over here,
Art House classics are forever. And it's Poets.
Oh.
Poets Films.
Interesting.
Kind
the same?
Yeah. Well, we gotta get this light back.
Well, you got some company now.
Quite a few of them.
So how many of them are hostile?
You have no idea. It's that very cool way of... Oh, shit.
There's one.
There's two.
Oh shit, he's got a wrench. It's like system shock. Damn, you're working hard to reload that gun.
Yeah, that's some pretty realistic reload time on a revolver.
You can tell he's a writer and not a fighter.
Still, revolvers are a bitch to reload.
They are, yeah.
To put the bullets in each chamber.
That's why most video games always simplify it, where you just have like that little like ring where they're already attached. You just plug it in, basically.
Right.
There's a technical term for what that is, but I don't know it.
Yeah, I don't know that much about guns.
I don't either, to be honest. Man, those things jack you up.
And you actually have to really stop to heal, too.
I really appreciate the little elements of realism here, because they just accentuate the horror.
Yeah, they do. They really do. So, man, I do think this is going to be Game of the Year for me. Like, I'm very impressed by what they've done.
Yeah, I mean, there is a reason why revolvers has been largely replaced by more modern handguns.
Clips.
Yeah.
Yep. Still doesn't change the reload. You know, you don't have to reload single bullets.
Granted, they don't hit as hard, of course.
No.
You want somebody dead fast, you use a revolver.
No, you put some big gold slugs in a revolver, that's for sure. They chamber those things up pretty high.
Oh, yeah.
45 caliber bullets, no joke.
That's very true. And then that's the thing is we got that charge of light from over here, and now we have 2 of them we're holding.
Okay.
So you can hold them. Yeah, you can like start holding.
How many can you hold at once?
I've had at least 5 at a time, I think.
Oh, damn.
Caldera Street Station.
Huh?
It's just like the kind of lake that Cauldron Lake is. Cult of the Word. It's graffiti. I love the design of it. It's just fucking everywhere.
You know, and it's all filled with the symbols and the words and everything that come up.
Don't sleep again.
You lost. Yeah.
Stop writing.
And wake.
It's like really trying to communicate with you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what do I see there? It's a health item? Painkillers.
Yeah,
beautiful.
They brought that back.
Your fault. Please carry a portable light with you in the set.
May not be the only you out there.
Nice.
Kind of really plays up the sense of paranoia, doesn't it?
They've done an amazing job with the world building.
They really have, dude. Watching the Remedy universe expand like this is...
Yeah.
Something about the station platform felt significant. It would work in my writing, but I needed more. Something lingered here. A half-forgotten memory. An echo.
You know, it must have really sucked back in like the old days when revolvers were like the standard issue guns for officers and shit. Like you got like 10 dudes charging at you with bayonets. You only got 6 shots. It's gonna take you 5 minutes to reload.
Yeah.
It's leaving me clues to follow, connecting the dots from one murder.
So we're following echoes of Max Payne, who is following the trail of the cult.
City map. Caldera Street Station. The name made me think of the exit wound of a bullet.
I had a flash of inspiration. The ghost of my fictional detective. A story thread I could use in my writing.
Well, this is how the plot board works, so...
I had a story thread. I would put them together, write them into my story to create a path deeper into the dark place.
And when you start getting multiple plot elements and multiple settings, and then you can start fucking around with what goes with what.
Oh, and you can start changing reality. That's cool.
They made writing to change reality an actual gameplay mechanic.
That's
The
badass.
dark place reacted to my story. The way into the tunnels was
That's like the sort of thing you can see like an indie game.
Yeah. Yeah, this is like a truly like a high budget like AAA quality game with an indie spirit and like approach to design philosophy.
It's the kind of thing you want.
Painkillers. I love that. That's what we're. I love that. That's what you.
Like it might have painkillers in it.
It's not like your stories are any good. Not like they have any artistic merit. You're a lousy writer, cheap thrills and pretentious shit. That's all you're good for. Just look at me, look at your work.
That's amazing.
Wow.
Damn bitchy ghosts.
I've always had a vivid imagination, but this dream unsettled me. It was wild and dark and weird. That's dialogue from the beginning of the first game.
Interesting.
That happens, I think, quite a bit, where you see signs that are like written like that. Everything we come across.
So many little details and Easter eggs.
Yeah, it's gonna be one of these games I play several times
Just to find
just to
everything,
catch
yeah.
everything. Yeah.
The Fed glimpsed into the maw of darkness. It swallowed him whole.
And oh yeah, the Fed that Casey was looking for within the story was named Alex, which is the name of the guy that Max Payne is going to meet in the first level in the subway of Max Payne 1, who gets gunned down by the mob.
In a horror story, the victim keeps asking why, but there can be no explanation, and there shouldn't be one. The unanswered mystery is what stays with us the longest.
Also dialogue from the opening scene of...
Fascinating.
Do we see a reference to Cold as a Fridge, Cold as a Gun at some point?
Not yet. Alice, Scratch, Lost.
I wonder if Mr. Scratch isn't,
The blood
because
trail continued
all of
deeper
Alan's
into
stories, he
darkness.
scratches outlines and replaces and stuff. I wonder if Mr. Scratch isn't, like, a collection of, like, his rejected ideas.
Well, at least in American Nightmare, the idea was that Mr. Scratch is all of the urban legends about Alan.
No.
About him being like a murderer that happened after he went missing.
No, sure.
But I mean, I think it's every negative aspect of him, right? It's like a full on like
shadow self. I mean, there are a lot of Jungian.
100%.
There's a lot of Jungian elements to Alan Wake for sure.
Yeah, that's definitely definitely super intentional.
Oh yeah, Jung is far more interesting than Freud.
I was about to say, at least this game is more Jungian than Freudian.
Yeah, Freudian stuff is just gross.
Yeah, Freud sucks.
Man. Well, the funny thing is, like, I feel like Freud, I mean, people do project. There's no doubt about that. That is the truth. But sometimes I wonder if a lot of Freudian psychology isn't him projecting his own weird shit on all of humanity.
That's also, I think.
Well, if I remember correctly, he used to say that, like,
Subway tunnels,
he was, like, the only person who didn't project that way or some shit like that.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the horseshit. Alright, there's one little area over here we're going to go check out and then come right back to this safe spot. And save one more time, and then we'll wrap up for the day.
But I feel like a lot of his analyses, not all of them, but a lot of them were a lot more kind of shallow than, you know, he liked to make them sound.
Oh, for sure. Well, and he never went as far.
The tunnels were a maze. The blood trail led
with
me
his psychology as Jung did. Jung was very interested in where did religion come from and things like that. And Freud was just like, oh, people do this because they want to fuck their mom or whatever.
Another place to use in this story. I needed to search the tunnels for further visions. Inspiration for the story that would lead me deeper.
Yeah, Jungian psychology is like the classic kind.
It changed the story. And with that, the dark place changed. The federal agent had come here looking for answers. All he found was a fate worse than death.
Bad luck to be on this case. The cult can get you anywhere with that black magic shit. Let the big shit handle it.
Okay, this is some Book of Power shit.
Some Fed came looking for the cult, but it was a trap. A satanic blood sacrifice.
Anyone who gets involved with the cult, they're next. I heard their leader is this famous writer, Alan Wake. Their unholy motherfucking messiah.
Sounds like a load of bull.
Yeah, I wish Blair Witch would have remade Book of Shadows.
Yeah.
Instead of doing that other Blair Witch horror movie that was like...
That was still
that was better
much better than the original, yeah. Like, it wasn't great, but it was.
At least it was a horror movie.
Yeah.
Stuff happened.
Stuff actually did happen.
Another echo lingered here. A source of inspiration.
At least the shaky cam horror shit has somewhat died down.
For the most part, yeah.
Like,
granted, I mean, I don't think it's
Paranormal
impossible to do it well.
No.
It's just
Sure,
most of the time it was.
But like Paranormal Activity ran
Another
that
lamp,
shit into
word
the
of lamp.
ground.
Well, the biggest problem is that a lot of those shaky cam movies are just... nothing happens, you know? It's just an excuse to have a bunch of people run around and have long stretches of nothing. Because that's easy filmmaking.
It's easy filmmaking. I also think the lazy filmmakers learned enough from stupid ghost hunting shows that they were like, oh, nothing has to happen, and people still watch.
Yeah, that's true. It's really true.
Yeah. Because those ghost hunting shows are ridiculous. When, like, a glass of water tips over and everybody runs out of the room screaming.
Uh-huh.
Oh my God! And that's like the whole tension of the episode.
It's like, you know, why don't you show some, like, Exorcist shit instead?
Well, they'd have to actually find some.
Exactly. Well, they're ever going to, is the thing.
Exactly.
It's what cheap shit can we do that seems vague enough where people won't, like, question it as being fake. Because it doesn't, like, push reality too far.
Right. Well, it's the thing about, like, anytime you watch those, like, shows where they're like, we're looking for the Loch Ness Monster or anything like that, and then, it's like, you have to be a moron to watch those with any expectation that they're going to find anything, because if they found anything, it would have been news way before the show went on. The
Right, you would have heard about that shit that day.
The network would have hyped it. They would be, like, advertising, like, and having a huge promo thing for the show. They probably wouldn't even air it like a regular episode. They'd probably make it like this huge special event. They might do like a 3-hour long special instead. Like, if it's just a random episode of some unsolved mystery show, like they're not gonna ever find anything. Like, you would know immediately, long beforehand, that something important was being revealed.
Right.
Exactly. In fact, all those little fucking all those fucking little shows would probably go out of business after that because no one would be watching them. So you could just watch the mainstream like news and like specials and shit.
Yeah, right.
All right, so now we got a new
story perfectly.
Switch out the
nice. We're onto a new mystery.
I was making my way deeper into the story. I could imagine this murder cult performing their macabre acts beyond the collapsed tunnel.
Did you catch what the voices were saying there?
No.
They said your friends will meet him when you're gone, which is what Thomas Zane said about Mr. Scratch at the end of the first game.
Laid the Casey novel onto the altar with reverence. A twisted Bible.
That's all these pages are all.
Good lord.
Fascinating.
You lost her.
No.
I like those weird red lava lamps or whatever they are.
The visuals of this game are.
The water was gone. The way forward was open.
Yeah, all this reality warping stuff is just such a good idea for a video game.
Yeah.
It's amazing how they've managed to. Yeah, it is.
Because, I mean, games are one of those mediums where you really should just...
Get weird.
Yeah, because...
Get fucking weird about it, man.
Imagination is the limit, you know? It's not like a TV show where you need to have actors and props and sets that don't look like shit.
Well, it's...
Alan. Tim Breaker. In case you don't remember again.
I know, Tim. I'm remembering more now.
It's good to hear, man.
How's your search for Mr. Door going?
It's not great. This dream we're in. Putting a lot of roadblocks in my way.
So you think this is a dream?
I'm not ruling it out. You know, my dreams have always been incredibly vivid. They feel real until the second I wake up. You know, in the dreams, I'm often someone else. A different person with a different name, living a different life in a different world. Alternate realities, maybe.
I mean, that's basically just saying, like, no, this is literally the character from Quantum Break.
Right.
Like Door.
The sketch you have does look like the Door I know. The talk show host.
All I know is the Door has something to do with what's happening to me. And he knows that I know. He's like some sadistic mastermind torturing me.
In any other universe, he'd sound crazy.
This dream feels like it. Not real, no place, every place, all places, any place. Store the gatekeeper trying to get somewhere. Door, gate, portal, port, opening, access window, or hatch. Which I'm sure they won't put on there for legal reasons, but... Yeah, that's the one that Sam like wants to put on there.
Mm-hmm.
All right, then we get like stuff we can look at or investigate all over the map there. I believe like for both characters, you can like come back and explore any of these areas more fully. Until like I want to say it's like right before the final chapter of the game it lets you.
Gotcha.
Cool.
But this is also, it's not in the game yet, but it will be getting an update that adds New Game Plus mode.
Cool.
Oh, nice.
Which I guess the original never had a reason, right, for that to be there. But
now you got all the side content about it.
Weapon upgrades. Yeah, look at that.
That's a
Poet Cinema Art House
You
Films.
Die Here.
Alcohol sold at showings. Ocean View Hotel, New York's Crossroads.
Interesting.
Yeah, one of the DLC expansions, story expansions that are going to be for this game. One of them is called the Lake House, which is clearly the Control one.
Yeah.
And then the other one is called Night Springs.
Okay. Agent Nightingale didn't want to be in Bright Falls. These little communities revolted him. He doesn't like the trees and the coffee. He now knew that impossible horrors lurked behind the storefronts and smiles. He desperately wanted to turn the car around and drive until he passed out or ran out of a road and booze. But he had a job to do. He had a writer to catch at any cost. Mr. Randolph?
That was a straight-up manuscript page from the first game.
Yeah, I remember that.
That's the guy that owned the trailer park when you go to visit Rose right before she blows you.
Oh, shit. That was rude.
Let's get that one to bring down.
Yeah, you're getting the neck shot. There you go. Okay.
Nice little bit of physics there.
I love that still happens in games sometimes. Even ones that are trying to be a bit more dark and serious like this.
That's pretty good. Okay, and then this is where we will stop for today.
Sweet.
This is there's first.
No.
Too bad it doesn't look like it's jerking.
No, he kind of looks like he's silently judging someone for jerking.
Yeah, I'd like to see the owl like
and the beaver face.
Yeah, like or maybe like side by side, because the owl's got that side eye thing going on.
That is true.
So you can just see the owl just kind of looking at the beaver like, "Going, you serious, bro?"
We already saw that one.
Yeah.
The instantaneous loading of a completely different environment, though.
It's pretty wild.
Yeah, the tech has gone some crazy places.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, we're gonna get even weirder next week.
Man, what a shitty place.
God, the Danishes are just everywhere, dude.
Well, they're attracting flies, though. At least they're not attracting penguins.
Yeah, sure.
All right, there we go. See if there's anyone to raid, but otherwise we're good. We're done.
Which is good because it's getting fucking dark outside.
Yeah, you can barely see us up on the...
Yeah.
It's basically nighttime now.
It is definitely winter. The days are getting short.
Yeah, well...
It's shitty, man. Why can't we live in one of those places where it's always bright out?
It's a good question.
The sun's out 24/7.
I feel like that's not good for you either. Yeah, I want I just want balance.
I want to fully be on the light side of the forest, Sage.
Well, there's nowhere on Earth that's always, it's always light. You're just trading half a year of light for half a year of darkness.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, there's
But if the Earth was tidally locked to the sun...
There's places where it's only like 10 minutes of darkness, like, a night for a couple weeks of the year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then
really
it's
dark
a
in the
couple.
winter,
Then
though.
it's the couple minutes of light for the other half of the
I'm saying
year.
if we could stop the Earth's rotation so that we're tidally locked to the sun, it would always be day.
And one side of the Earth would slowly be scorched to death because it could never bleed any heat.
Right.
Well, I mean, we're going to do that
people
anyway.
do associate the moon more with the day than the night.